Hello, everybody. Welcome.
Hi. Hi. Hi.
Hi. Hi. I've got a bunch of people here with me. You can see them in. You notice we are in a new layout. I've got my art stuff here so we can have some shenanigans with that. We're going to be doing some of that. I've got Kyle's lovely mugshot here, because of course I do. We're going to be going over a little bit what's gone on with that over mostly just yesterday and a little bit of today. I have the Discord, so if you are a member or you are a patron, you are welcome to join in. We are in the general chat in there. If you have recently become a member or a Patreon, it'll take a minute for that to kick in, so if you're a member, you'll have to go to the community tab, and I will post a Discord link there for you guys. But they are in the top corner there, as well as we have chat with us on the side. I'm excited. How's everybody doing? Who do I got in here?
Hello. Yeah, Smitty's here. I'm introducing Smitty for some reason, but this is Mr. Serious. Hello, everybody out there. Hope everybody's having a great time. I'm having fun. There's some great news today. If you can see it on screen, you know it's great news today.
No BK in prison. Smitty, is that you down there?
Yes, it is. Hi.
Hi, Smitty. How you doing today?
I'm a little drunk, getting drunker.
I think that's a very appropriate response, to be honest, with what's
Yeah.
been going on. We haven't treated Feline, but they are currently deafened and muted. But they're hanging out. We've got Jack of Hearts over on the side there.
Hey there, guys. I'll probably be playing a game in a bit on my little camera, but enjoying the chat.
We've got Mr. Present also.
I'm just the German guy here. Nothing to worry about.
Oh, all right.
I want conquest the world.
All right. Thanks. That's, you know what, maybe you should, considering. Reverend is also with us today.
Hey, how y'all doing?
How are you? We're doing all right.
Doing better. Things are finally starting to turn around for me.
That's good. That's good. That's actually really good news. I think things are turning around for actually quite a few people, considering KJ's getting sued, Kyle got arrested, all that good shiz has been going on. It's just been like tasty. Paul, how are you doing?
Not too bad. I've got short straw this week because I'm on call again.
Oh, rough. Ain't that always the way? Gotta dip that grind, right? Holla holla, get that dollar.
Aye, it's not too bad.
Ah, that's alright then. Alright, so let's get started and take a look at what we got. We have a Curtis Kyle Russell, 35, being booked on August 30th, 2021, which was yesterday, which I would like to officially announce. I'm going to move my camera because it's just kind of weird. You know, my little T corner in the side there. I like that. Alright. That was yesterday. So yesterday, Kyle was picked up by the police for 14-33A. Simple assault were his charges. So this is our lovely new Kyle's face. I hope you guys enjoy it. I think it's a good one. Do we want to rate this? Do you guys want to rate this mugshot? Are you gonna give him like an out of 10?
3.
Ooh, 3.
I'll give him a line out of 10.
Oh, rough. Savage. Okay.
I would prefer the 1 to 5 scale if I put all of his 5 mugshots together. I'd say this was a 2.
Okay, hold on. Let me pull up all of the mugshots and we'll rate all of them. Give me a second.
Yeah, 1 to 5, I think.
1 to 5,
Yeah.
alright. We'll grade on a scale where he can we're only grading him against himself. Is that fair?
I'd like to rate his mugshots like best to worst.
That's exactly what we're doing.
Okay, we'll do that. Let me just pull these up here. Here we go. Boop. There we go. Let's just get this on screen for everybody. Ta-da! Alright. You guys are gonna have to look at the outside because I don't want to screen share and mess up all my stuff. Screw you guys.
Kimomaki in the chat says not a mugshot. It clearly says at Wake County Mugs on the mugshot.
Yeah, but no, it's not a mugshot.
I
Is
don't
it
know.
not?
Oh
It's a
no,
shot.
that's a fucking mugshot.
At the very least, it's a shot of his mug.
Sadly for him, it is not a smug.
Yeah.
What it's missing, what they're saying why it's not a mugshot is because it's cropped so that the numbers that you get while being booked
Oh yeah,
are removed.
they're all cropped like that. They are all cropped like that. So then none of
Yeah,
the
that's
numbers are showing.
normal for these
Yeah.
sites and places putting this stuff out. Because the only way that you're going to see those numbers is if you go on Vicam.
I thought he was gonna get like I figured you'd rate him way lower just because he's got his eyebrows bleached in this one.
I think the lighting is better.
Okay, so can you guys see on the outside now?
I can see. I'm just watching the stream. It works for that.
Okay, you guys can see it though. It's up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can see it now.
All right, so we've got the top left. We've got top left, top right, bottom left, bottom right, and center. We want to start with the worst to best or best to worst?
Okay, before we go best to worst, I just want to say bottom right. Is that not Danny Masterson from that 70s show?
Oh, right?
I think
no.
I think bottom right is Nick Swartzen.
I don't know who that is, I'm afraid.
Oh my gosh, he's Adam Sandler's new little buddy. He was Terry, the gay rollerblader on Reno 911. Oh my god,
Okay,
I hate all of you.
I'm sorry.
I think I know who you're talking about.
I was busy pulling up Danny Masters.
But he doesn't look like he looks like the kind of guy who's like, this is never happening again, you know? Like, this is a one-time thing, you know?
Oh yeah, he's like
Oh,
this.
Look at
my
the
life
picture
run
from
after this.
20. I mean, in that picture from 2014, he looks kind of proud. So I'm the man. I'm him.
Oh, like the one on the bottom left, he looks like he's like the face he's making is like, yeah.
Are you think? I think he looks really like sad, very pouty. Like, I can't believe I'm back here. Like, I thought it was a one-time thing. What am I doing?
The top left and the top right don't look like the same person just in facial structure alone, to me.
Oh, I know, right?
Top right looks like a freaking like second league football player from like Glasgow or like Newcastle.
The hairline matches.
The
ears match. The lips match. The nose matches. But like where like his eyes and his facial structure that has just. I'm thinking it's like the angle he's got his head tilted at a little bit, but I'm not sure. It just doesn't. It looks like the facial structure just looks different enough.
He looks angry. Looks so angry. Like
yeah, I would definitely say like top right number is one worst. Like that the hair is just so bad.
Oh, the top right is squished vertically a little bit. Oh, maybe the picture got squished in the original, maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
Very true.
Could be the
Actually, now that I'm
case,
looking
yeah.
at it. Yeah, I was noticing that the quality of the picture gets way different as time goes on.
Yeah. The Feline pointed out the months being 07, 08, 09, and 10. Whoa!
Mind completely blown. This is proof of a conspiracy, man.
Do they add up to 33?
I get so confused having the month first and then the day in the middle.
Yeah, it's an American thing. I don't know.
No, I've heard you say that. You don't say 1st of January. You say January 1st. Don't play dumb with me.
Yeah,
but I'm saying January.
Yep.
I'm saying the word. I'm not. The number is not the name.
Okay. The number is how you say it, though. You're just looking for an excuse to hate America. We've done plenty of real shit to make fun of. Don't scrape the bottom of the barrel for that.
The real war begins.
We'll switch to fucking that system if you guys adopt the metric system.
All right. 1 to okay, we're 1 out of
kind
5.
of
What are we doing with these screenshots? Which one is the best screenshot and which one's the worst? Or mugshot?
I think bottom left is the best because he's got a confident look. He's like, yeah, I don't give a fuck.
It's got some attitude in the bottom left.
Yeah,
All right.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
I think bottom right's the best. I think he was at his peak at the bottom right. He wasn't like.
I am way too distracted by the fact that the newest one and the oldest one look like he was wearing the same shirt.
Oh yeah.
And
Nah.
to be fair, the 2 at the top is just a white tee, so.
That is true. That's very interesting. Now that I'm looking at it.
He only owns 3 shirts.
Oof. In the top right pic, it looks like he was on the South Park show I'm White Trash and I'm in Trouble. Oh, god damn it. Chat's over here just, like, slamming this man. Like, the judge isn't gonna slam him hard enough, guys. Come on. So which one's the worst one?
God.
The top right? Is the top right one the worst one? I think we all agree about that.
The worst one is the dead center one, the most recent. That's the worst. The guy looks like hell. He looks like he's aged a decade.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he might have aged a decade. Or are you talking about from when he was on non-sec?
I'm talking from when he was in non-sec 2 years ago.
Yeah, you're saying, like, so you think he's aged a decade in the past 2 years, based on this shot.
Exactly.
I think that's fair. What do you guys think? What does everybody else think?
Sorry, you first.
Yeah, I'd say the best is the best is like definitely. I think best to worst. Well, best obviously bottom left, and then bottom right.
Okay.
I think because bottom right is younger, he's matured a little bit more in bottom left, so he looks a bit more confident, better.
All right, now we get the advanced. We get the advanced. All right, are you guys ready? This is the difficult hard mode. Ready? You'll see it when it comes on the outside. I'm here for it. I love this. This is great. I need to take my glasses off though. Tell him to take the screenshot again. I gotta take my glasses off. There you go. Hope you got it.
If you go back to the other one, I think the middle one's the sweetest one, because that's the one he got picked up on.
Yeah, that's fair.
Recently.
Uh-oh.
So Menace has a crush on Kyle, therefore he has a crush on you.
Aw, come on.
I think that's backwards. He clearly has a crush on Chesh, so therefore his crush on Kyle is the one that's implied.
He definitely has a crush on Steve.
Also, Chesh, if you shave the side of your heads, I wouldn't be if you shave the side of your head, I wouldn't be upset.
Yeah, fair enough. I need the I do
It's
need the
already
trim.
too short. All right, I haven't made any comments before, but it's too short. Don't like change.
First
Boy
of all,
says that he likes
12 is when
Kyle's
he was
pixie
arrested
cat.
for stealing Jimmy Neutron's identity.
Yeah, I think straight up bald chicks are hot, so you can't really get too short for me.
Yeah, just shave it all off.
Just scalp her, man. Like, I want to see bone.
Oh, Jesus.
I just think shaved side of the head, like a little punk girl look. She's got the attitude for it. She's a goblin.
I don't know. I like this tweet, though. This is a good tweet.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed that it's only got 1 like.
I think he couldn't think of a joke, so that's why he said no comment.
Oh, fair enough.
Well, even if he can't think of a joke, he still writes something stupid.
Maybe he can take one of the jokes that we've made here and make it his own. That's what Unirock usually does. And then he words it wrong and it's never quite as funny, but, whatever, he tries.
Yeah, I was wondering, because I was like, yeah, but even if he did that, wouldn't he have said something funny by now? But, okay.
I thought the title Wait, Uni? I thought the title of his last stream, his walking stream on Twitter, was pretty funny. Only the last part though, when it was like a sex joke about me, that was pretty funny. But it's because it was my joke that I made earlier. He just reworded it so it wasn't quite as funny.
Usually, the second time I hear a joke, I don't find it as funny.
So I'm gonna, yeah, that's fair. I'm going to go ahead and talk about what simple assault is, but here's the actual, like, Wake County mugshots, Kyle Curtis, da-da-da-da-da. You can see the number here, actually, if you were looking for, or sorry, the time and date. So he was arrested at 2:30 in the afternoon, apparently. Just like, alright. Here's the details, the booking details, so name, sex, charge description was simple assault, and here's the blurb about what simple assault actually is. So I just want to read through this first, and then we'll kind of get a little bit more into discussion about what's happened, what people have said, and where things are kind of going. So, have you been charged with simple assault in Wake County, North Carolina? A person charged with simple assault is guilty of this offense when they carry out a threat of bodily harm either by unlawfully touching someone or this person performs a show of violence. Simple assault is the least serious form of assault as opposed to aggravated assault. Simple assault involves minor injury. Any person who commits a simple assault is guilty of a Class 2 misdemeanor in North Carolina. Simple assault in North Carolina is governed by North Carolina General Statute paragraph 14 to 33, which is what we saw referenced in the picture here, 14 to 33A. Any person who commits a simple assault or simple assault and battery or participates in a simple affray is guilty of a Class 2 misdemeanor. B, unless B does not apply. That's why it specifies A here. B has to do with if your conduct is covered under some kind of other statute. 9 is about sports. C is conduct being covered again for some other reason. So, like, if you tackle somebody during a football game, you're not gonna get charged with assault, right? Oh my god, feline. There you go. Thank you for reminding me. Then it says, like, what falls under assaults, and it's inflicts serious injury upon another person or uses a deadly weapon, assault on a female, he being male and a male person at least 19 or 18 years of age, assault on a child under the age of 12, assault on an officer or an employee of the state or any political subdivision of the state where the officer or employee is discharging or attempting to discharge his official duties. So basically, like, if you attack a cop or a governor or something. Assault a school employee or a volunteer when the employee or volunteer is discharging or attempting to discharge his or her duties as an employee or a volunteer. So, like, don't attack teachers. Any person in the course, any person who, in the course of an assault, and battery or affray inflicts serious injury upon another person or uses a deadly weapon in violation of subdivision C1 of this section on a person with whom the person has a personal relationship. So when you start getting into, like, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, child, aunt, father, stuff like that. This is the full statute. If anybody is interested in reading it, I will link it in the chat for you guys so you guys can check it out at your own leisure if you're interested. And elements of simple assault is a person guilty of this offense commits an assault on another. So you can't really commit assault on yourself. But yeah, simple assault. It's actually pretty straightforward. Any questions, concerns, comments?
So we can kind of guess what happened, but not really, but we know within a certain parameters what happened.
Yes, yeah, there's within parameters about what, you know that it was Section A that he was charged on.
And regardless of what happened, we know that he's in jail, and we know that he can now be served with the stuff that we've been waiting for forever.
So generally you might be kept overnight for something like that, maybe over the weekend for something like that. But Kyle has not been released as far as we know at this point, and it's so from what Steve was saying on Twitter, it looks like he's basically being held for outstanding warrants. Surprise, surprise.
Right, because not only is he being held for anything civil, but also they started putting on, like, contempt of court criminal warrants. So it's outside of anything that we, or, I mean, not we, but Steve or anything that he was doing. It's outside of any of that control that he would be kept in jail for warrants.
Yeah, so basically
Glad I caught this. Now I have to remember to grab some BK tonight. Napkin prison.
I really like actually having the bot doing this for me. This is fantastic. Thank you, Unfinished Journey. So there's a thing with what's gone on is that Kyle has been arrested for something completely separated from Steve. Completely unrelated to Steve in any way as far as we know. He got arrested for basically, like, I don't know, getting at a fight at a bar, getting into some kind of domestic dispute. We don't know the details, but he was arrested for some kind of assault that is completely separated from the Non Sequitur Showcase. And it's completely biting him in the ass, because of course it is, because the state is going to see, and the police officers are going to see those warrants, those outstanding warrants of him not showing up. So he got arrested for something different, and now he's going to be held due to his behavior during the Non Sequitur Showcase. Oh, unless he assaulted Steve, which would be really interesting.
Not only that, it's the dicky plates, and what was the other one?
The what? Oh, the plates. Oh, yeah. He got a
license thing.
Yes, he got pulled over for using the wrong plates on the wrong vehicle, and driving without a license, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
And I think he is going to have to be, like, I mean, I'm not certain about this, but does he have to be transferred to a different jail to answer for those charges? Do we know?
So the Non Sequitur Show stuff he will, but as far as I know, I don't really know whether or not his driving infractions have been dealt with or not. They might have already been dealt with. Or he's out for this.
He's in Wake lockup, and then he has to get transferred to Guildford lockup, I think.
Yes, yeah, to show up to Guilford County Jail, he'll have to go from Wake to Guilford, as far as I know.
No, we lost someone.
Oh, there's people coming in and out. I think I see Rez and Al making it in here. Hello, guys.
Hello.
Are you excited?
I had said how excited I was yesterday.
The chat makes a really good point and says that Notafina KJ said the police don't always see outstanding warrants. Maybe someone should call the jail. Red's Rhetoric and Steve both worked to. They posted about this on Twitter that they both worked to get on the call with the lawyer and the lawyer with the judge and the lawyer, the judge with the police and them all on like one big like weird interconnected call. I have to assume, because how else would you do that? So the police are aware and he's being held there now. Until further notice, I guess, because now they're gonna have to. He's got to be served the papers, papers that I was served, and he's going to have to. They'll have to transfer him when they set a court date. So now we're just waiting for another court date to drop.
I mean, I'd say Kyle's fucked, but apparently that's homophobia.
Oh, right. Side note, there is going to be another hangout with. If I'm not mistaken, it's going to be on this channel. It will be Steve and Reds are going to come on. Unfortunately, they're busy and they haven't been able to set up a hangout. So that's going to be happening tomorrow. So if you guys want more details about kind of what's gone on with the police and the lawyers, you're going to have to wait until tomorrow. That will be happening, where you'll get to hear sort of a little bit more of what's been going on and a little bit less speculation on our part, perhaps, with what happened with those, like talking to the lawyers and stuff.
Plus, any new details that may happen after this today and tomorrow.
Yeah, between point A and point B. So, yeah, we didn't go live yesterday because there was, like... part of me just wanted to see what people were gonna say. Do you know what I mean? Like, I kind of wanted to just let people go and see what they came up with, and I gotta say, there's some fun shenanigans.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, this is the kind of thing you do need to leave to settle for a few day or two, because people are like, if fanatical fans like that are just gonna react badly, and you need to wait and see what they do.
Well, and you don't want to overplay, right? Because, like, we didn't want to just go on stream and be like, oh, this happened, and then more information to come out and have it all be completely fucking wrong, right?
Precisely.
Turquoise says, Nate is now saying on Twitter, so he's lying, because he's saying something, but okay. That Kyle has bail at 2K, and if he pays that or 10%, he'll be free. So what does he mean by free? Because at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if they make him wear an anklet. They might let him out of the jail.
Apparently, Feline seems to think he's in medical isolation for 2 weeks, so he couldn't do that anyway.
Yes, there was a message from Steve that went out saying that Kyle has a mandatory 14-day medical isolation. So there's been speculation about that, about whether that is COVID-related or whether that's drug-related. And I've seen both, so we don't know which way that is yet, or if we're even ever going to know, but as far as we know, it's... Justin Franks also says the $2,000 bond is for the assault charge. He has a $10K bond for the non sequitur showcase. Yes, he would have to post bail on both to be released from jail. But again, there's a difference between you're not in jail anymore and you're not in jail, but here's a lovely anklet for you to wear now. It's a lovely new accessory, so we know where you are, so when you don't show up to jail, we're going to pick you up. And I would suspect that might be the case.
You see, this is one of those things that happens that where a lawyer may not know what the hell he's talking about, and this happens like all the time out there in real life, and it's not all the time is it a lawyer's fault, but like if a lawyer, if you get represented to somebody and you're in jail and it's like, okay, you have a $2,000 bond and then you can get out, it's like, great, $2,000 bond, I can get out, okay, boom, I'll pay it, boom, $2,000 bond, and it's like, all right, fine, you can get out of this jail. Now we're going to take you over to this other jail where you have a $10,000 bond, and then let's see if you can pay for that. Like, that's how it works.
Oh, yeah, that's an interesting point. I didn't even think about that. So they let him out of Wake County, and then they'd Uber his ass over to fucking Guilford County, and he'd have a whole nother thing. He'd just be sitting there waiting then.
Yeah.
Which god of thousands means nothing said, did he assault a BK worker?
Oh no. Who knows? We don't know the details of that. Maybe Steven Reds will know tomorrow. They said that they talked to the police, so maybe they have more details but who knows if they're going to be allowed to share those details. Sometimes things have to remain under the hood until a later date.
Yeah, I think any information to do with their particular cases would need to be kept on the down low until it's,
charges and stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
My personal hope still is, because the way his hair looks, maybe he got electrocuted. Maybe
he got tased.
Maybe he got tased.
Oh, you're real. Listen, I'm just really disappointed. I'm super disappointed. I was really holding out hope that Kyle was gonna end up trying to run to Mexico, and he just gets caught down the road. Dude, come on! You gotta try harder than that.
He's not exactly. Who was the guy in The Fugitive? Harrison Ford played.
Harrison Ford, what?
The Fugitive.
The Fugitive, yeah.
Yeah, Harrison
I was
Ford
thinking
character.
Catch Me If You Can.
Oh, yeah. All of those people were better than Kyle.
YouTube channel. I don't care. Jumps off a cliff.
Oh no.
I just love. Kyle said, "Sue me." Cut to 2.5 years later.
Is it 2.5 years, or are we at 3 now? Because I remember it being like Steve had his.
That Steve has is that.
I don't know,
like
because.
760 days?
Well, I do remember that Steve did a victory stream because he won his default judgment in September of like 2019.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, this has been going on since that counter, so...
And I've been part of the I've been like an active part of the community since, I guess, a little bit before the counter, because it was since he was told that the books were going to be turned over. I think that's when the counter actually started.
No, the counter is actually when people said Steve was going to get paid. That counter started before the suing happened. Because everybody, Jimmy Snow and all of those other non sequitur show hosts were all like, "Oh yeah, no, Steve's totally gonna get paid. Steve's totally gonna get his money." Yada yada yada, and that's when that counter started. I also believe
the counter actually started retroactively because it had already been several weeks, and then Steve started a counter at like 26 days in or something.
Yeah, it's gonna be a little bit off. You'd have to actually go through and take down all the
Like, he started the counter at 26 days or something like that, or like 30 days. It was like, it was already a few weeks in at that point, so he just retroactively
I am not convinced Nate is a lawyer or ever has been. I'd say he's just another LARPing freak like Uni. He gets way too much wrong that even people who are not lawyers can see through so damn easy.
You ain't wrong.
He had a message that
Kyle gets arrested for simple assault and MC Crazies comes out with simple assault. Who would have predicted it? Anyone could.
But I remember that's when I stopped being a what do you call it? One of those guys. Yeah, well, not a fence sitter, but I used to be one of those guys like in the background who would never like talk. Like I just watch.
Arrow says that it was early October and started on June 11th. June 11th is when Kyle said, "So sue me." that I do know. That is burned into my brain. Why is that burned in my brain? I don't know. Probably because I've watched the Death of the Non Sequitur show too many times to make sure, the information that I'm putting out is actually correct.
Wrong move there, buddy.
Wrong move there, buddy.
Oh god,
I can't imagine. None of us thought, like, 2 years ago that anybody would be willing to go to jail over a fucking YouTube channel, or prison over a fucking YouTube channel. What the fuck?
This set precedent now.
Can you imagine the conversation? What you in for? I didn't hand over a YouTube channel. What you watch, you fucking idiot?
I don't know. After watching that, to be perfectly honest, I don't know Kyle, okay? So this is kind of just me pulling that out of my ass, but after watching the Death of the Non-Sec thing, I kind of got the feeling from him that he would just take it to the grave. Like, but that was just, like, emotionally speaking. Like, he just seemed like he's just like, screw it all, like, you ain't getting anything, like, in the moment, it just seemed like that's how he was coming across. I didn't know he would actually stay that way this whole time. That I wasn't expecting, but...
So, a quick recap for people who are just joining us now, because I am a generous god. Kyle got arrested for simple assault. Simple assault is basically, like, he got in some kind of either, like, a domestic dispute or some basic, like, a fight. It seems to be the case. That's just a rough explanation of what simple assault is. We don't know what actually happened, so he got picked up for something completely unrelated to Steve, and now he's being held on outstanding warrants. And Nate is putting out misinformation because he's only putting out partial information on purpose because he's a douchebag.
Yeah, you think that
as usual.
Yeah.
Get released on bail, which is hilarious. I mean, he could have possibly gotten released on bail if they didn't already know that he had warrants out of another, like,
and they're all failure to appears, and that, like, even if they did release him from jail, like, even if they did, it's still likely that he would be, like, under watch, you know what I mean? So it's like, okay, listen, you don't have to stay in the jail cell, but you're still under watch.
Like, if nobody was to run, like any kind of, like, hey, you guys got Kyle over there? Like, if nobody would have asked. Like, it would never have popped up on anybody's radar, and if he was able to get his bail and get out super quick, maybe he could have gotten out off, like, under on somebody's radar and gotten out. But that, like, that's not, like, I mean, that's asking for a lot. Like, I don't know what they're expecting. He's got a lot of people who are very angry at him.
Well, you've got Menace to Sobriety over here on Twitter saying, like, oh, hey, you don't need to, oh, look, Red's admitting that he called the police on Kyle in a case unrelated to him. And I was just like, wow, yeah, imagine trying to frame calling the police on a criminal as a bad thing. Like, what is happening? What year do I live in?
And it's not like he's calling the police.
You sometimes feel like everyone else is taking crazy pills and you wonder where your dosages got to.
Yes, that's exactly it.
Calling the police and updating a police police station on a case aren't the same thing.
Oh, that's true, yeah, because they didn't, like, call to get Kyle arrested. He was already arrested. They just called to let the police know about an active warrant. And they're in the case that they actually are involved in, so that's kind of, you know, ass backwards. But, I mean, what else do you expect for a menace, right? Like...
And they did have information, prudent information, for the case.
Yeah. Oh, side note. I announced that yesterday is official Burger King Day. So, everyone is forgiven for missing Burger King Day yesterday because it didn't really get onto YouTube until today. So, this is Burger King. We should just make it like a weekend holiday. So, sometime over this weekend, or the weekend past, depending on what works for you, is going to be the 30th of August is Burger King Day in perpetuity from here on out. This will be an annual thing where we're all just going to get Burger King.
I would love to join in. There's only one small issue. My closest Burger King is 30 miles away.
Well, that's okay. You have a whole year to prepare for next year.
That's fair enough.
That's true. You can plan out a day to go driving.
Yep.
What you do is you make a friend who lives 30 miles away, and then you'd be like, hey, why don't you come over? Oh, and by the way, pick up some Burger King.
Oh,
Yeah.
or yeah,
Making
you go and
friends
visit them.
IRL, Jesus Christ.
Right. Remember when Burger King was retweeting Bool? Hell yeah. Hell bless. Bool's in the chat for members. Bool's in the chat. I miss Bool.
Me too.
We all do.
I only imagine Bool's reaction is Kyle getting arrested.
I imagine he probably would have said, seems about right.
Yeah, no doubt.
He was always pretty muted about comments like that. So.
He was muted about comments like that until, like, something actually happened, and then he'd just be like, what are you doing?
When the floodgates open.
Right? And Bool wasn't shy about telling people to go fuck themselves, so...
Oh, no.
Helio said with how booking works nowadays, Red's call was probably unnecessary because when Kyle was entered into the computer when he was booked, he would have triggered a lot of flags. Potentially. The thing is when you got things in different counties, sometimes they don't flag properly, which is one of the reasons why he didn't, like that their computer systems don't necessarily share information, which is, from my understanding, why he wasn't taken in when he was pulled over for the driving infraction.
Also, it depends on where the flags are triggered and who's watching for them. So, like, the flags may have triggered in the other jails, like, system, and they may have to call and be like, you know, hey, you guys got so-and-so? Because if it might be in a situation where if they don't call, they don't care. And
that could also be the case.
So they just wanted to make sure, hey, you know, dude, make sure you check if the guys there. Like, stay on on your toes. Don't get sloppy.
Stay on target.
Right, do your jobs, guys. We really don't want to miss this one.
I kind of like this brush that I'm using. It's kind of got like a real painter feel. It's got like the strokes in it. It's got some texture, and I like it. Like, look at that. That's cool. I'm down. The eraser does it too. Ah!
I mean,
like it.
Smitty, when... sorry. Turquoise, when do they not, though? Like, that's all they've ever done. People don't know how to do anything else.
I mean, Wait, what did Turquoise? Oh,
To be clear, Turquoise said, so Nate, M2S, and Jason are all tweeting lies, Red, Steve, and Chesh again.
Oh, shocking. So, like, that's how they live there.
Yeah.
That's all day, every day. It's 24/7 with these people.
We also shouldn't forget the last tweet Kyle made from the non-sequitur.
From the Non Sequitur Show account that he's not supposed to be using. The tweet that said, where Letty had said, turn yourself in, and Kyle said, we'll see how that goes.
Well, it did go well.
It certainly went. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
It did go.
Certainly did go places.
Kind of hoping that the judge can learn about that extra little contempt of court right there in the 11th hour. Well, the 13th hour at this point.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but that wouldn't actually, like, increase his sentence. This essentially just piles onto the evidence that he is in contempt of court. Thus, the sentence would be easier to arrive to, correct?
Let me pull you guys up the tweet that Kyle made on the Non Sequitur Show, because that shit was on account. That was funny as hell.
Can anyone tell me if I'm wrong on that?
I'm sorry, I was too busy laughing my ass off at what CNN News just put in chat.
Like,
sorry, repeat yourself,
like,
Russ.
doing things like being in contempt of court by tweeting on an account he's not supposed to be using because it's in dispute wouldn't increase his sentence, but it would make the sentence easier to arrive to.
Well, okay, so the thing is like, depending on how you look at it, it could be viewed, like, depends on how Steve's lawyer decides to argue it, right? So you might be able to call it, not just contempt, but damaging to property. So...
Oh, right. So you could pile on additional charges.
Additional charges, yeah, because now it's property damage, that he doesn't own, right? So this, Letty had tweeted it. Jim Majors had tweeted the Non-Sex Show, I guess, because Kyle had said some shit, and Letty had said it's Kyle. Jim said, "Who is this?" thinking that maybe Steve got the show back, but Kyle said, Letty said, "It's Kyle, who will be in jail if caught until he turns over the assets as he was ordered." The Non Sequitur Show said, "I can't wait to see how that turns out." Smiley face. This was on the 25th of August. A week later, Mugshot. How do you fuck this up?
I honestly don't know. Like, I actually think Kyle might be the dumbest of them all at this point.
This is why he just wins Dumb Fuck of the Year this year.
Yeah, especially that is gonna be, like, even if that's all he did, that alone is gonna be hard to, that's rough.
Originally, I thought it was just narcissism that made him do all this, but I'm actually thinking now it's just stupidity. Like, I think he's
Both?
just not like you. I think that's it.
I mean, to be fair, he did try to say that, back when I read the comments from, Tastecraft, he was like, "Oh, I just deleted. 62 IQ, I'm so smart." And then I was like, I still have all the comments. That's not how the internet works. And I was just like, imagine getting outsmarted by somebody with a 62 IQ. Like, how... Come on, guys. Arrow was asking who I punched to injure my hand. My hand is not injured. My hand's fine. Thank you for the concern. This is just a sleeve for the tablet, so that way my hand doesn't stick, or I don't get like oil from my hand or onto my tablet. So it, like, I can make a smooth line. I can make a smooth line like this, whereas if I have this off, it's likely that my hand starts catching, and you get stuff like that.
Whatever
just
brush,
Pretty cool.
Tool.
whatever brush you're using looks like you're smearing greasy fingerprints of green around the...
As a goblin should look.
Fair. That wouldn't slow me down, not with that dress.
It can't slow you down. It's grease. It's gonna make you go faster.
It's beaming. I'll jump on her on the bed and fly right over her.
Like a slip and slide.
She's all lubed up.
Short enough.
Hey, you just scribbled all over it. Fucker. Okay.
You think I'm just gonna like ruin it?
Oh my gosh. I mean, you could fix it like when Bob Ross draws a big black smudge down the middle of a painting, but then he turns it into like a beautiful waterfall.
Yeah, I could. I mean, I could do something like that, but I'm not as good as Bob Ross.
Do you ever do landscapes?
I do,
like
but not very often.
I'd watch you do a landscape stream.
I think the name of that band, by the way, when we were like, oh, name that band of Kyle's 5 mugshots. There's actually 6. There's another mugshot of his floating around. But, the band name, I'm voting that we change the band name and the McCrazies from the McCrazies and the Uninformed. Which, by the way, the uni, Uninformed, brilliant. I think it was Reverend who came up with that. Super great. But I'm voting that we... Right? That's so good. I'm voting that we change them to the Bitch-Made Brigade.
Oh, I like that.
That's pretty funny.
That's not really a boy. That's not really a boy band name.
Yeah, fair enough. But I think it works for the crazies.
There hasn't been a better rename than Uninformed since you can't spell ignorant without IGN.
Ooh.
Snap.
Ooh.
Fuck IGN.
Savage? But okay.
The Bambies.
The Bambies? Yeah, aka the Bambies. BMBS. Like BMB plural, so Bambies. The Bitch-Made Brigade. Are you sad cause a hunter shot your mom?
Huh?
Oh no!
Snape's gonna sue us.
I don't think we should. I don't think we can call them the bitch-made boys because being a McCrazy is gender is very inclusive. It's true gender equality.
Plus, anything with the word boys is just now sort of tainted nowadays.
Oh, yeah, I had that nickname picked out for Uni a long time ago. But you said it was too, like, it would make him sound too good. Should I say it? Should I say it or should I...
Do it.
Cuninon?
Cuninon? Puninon?
No.
I like Puninon.
I have no idea what you guys are saying, by the way.
I don't either, but I like Puninon
Never
nonetheless.
QAnon.
Yeah.
The uniformed is pretty good. It's so close.
uniformed
It's
is really good.
so close to uninformed. Like, it's so close.
Yeah, he did not think before he came up with that moniker.
Well, that's because, of course, because the moniker's actually supposed to say, it's not supposed to be uni, it's supposed to be you and I. Like, he had it fucked right from the beginning.
You and I? What?
Yeah, it's supposed to be you and I, so it's U-N as in you and I.
That's even worse.
Yes.
No, you and I rock.
So
Yes.
His name is worse than I thought.
You're correct.
Yeah, that's kind of lame. I thought it was like unicorn.
Yeah, he
Unitard.
wishes he could be
That
as
would
good
be
as...
better. Unitard. There's another good one.
Unitard.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Thanks,
That's
Ralph.
an
I don't
excellent
know.
one. Unitard.
no, because unitards are really sexy, so I don't know if that really... I don't want unitards to get a bad name because I fucking love them.
That's fair.
See you next Tuesday.
Oh, there you go. See Uni next Tuesday.
Maybe Unirock is actually just the original rock atheist. Like, maybe he is... Maybe that's, like, he's the personification of the atheist rock. No? Just
Sorry,
me
I
who
was
thinks
paying-
that.
Sorry, I was paying attention
Fine.
to the chat. Sorry.
I see how it is. It's fine.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Your Pugsley Adams shirt should command more of my attention.
Hey, it's got color in it.
Eh.
Pugsley Adams shirt. Fuck you.
Look, I said you were a cute boy at the beginning of the stream, and I meant it. I get a few jabs in.
That's
Okay?
fair.
I
No, I am totally fine with being a cute boy. I accept that moniker with no No salt whatsoever.
Boy with an eye.
So what do we think? What do we think of some of? We've kind of gone over Kyle a little bit, and we've kind of gone over some speculations of how he might have ended up. I mean, he could have gotten a fight with a bouncer for all we know, right? We don't know.
When was he arrested? What time?
When? 2 in the afternoon.
Bouncer. Probably got in a fight for not wearing a mask in a Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh, that sounds plausible, actually.
Based on his past criminal history, I assume he tried to steal the purse off of an old nun.
In a Dunkin' Donuts.
In a Dunkin' Donuts.
If I may,
Why is it Dunkin' Donuts? Is that just because it's North Carolina?
I don't even know if there was Dunkin' Donuts in North Carolina.
I would assume there are.
I'm just guessing. I have no idea.
Isn't that a countrywide thing?
I don't know. There are some where I live. There's some in Massachusetts.
It's
where I
hard
used
to
live.
tell. It's hard to tell in America because our country's so big. There's like a lot of chains that you would think would be countrywide, but then it's like we have like Hardee's, and then we have like Carl's Jr. on the West Coast.
And, like, you're not even 50 states. You're like basically 50 countries.
Can I point out real quick that Landon is in the chat? Hi, Landon.
Oh,
Landon.
hello,
Don't waste
Landon.
any time over here.
Landon says he's never been to Burger King. However, I am told they have very burgers. So I'll be going to my first Burger King to try the veggie burger. Oh, they have veggie burgers, not very burgers. I've been told they have veggie burgers, so I will be going to my first Burger King to try the veggie burger because of Chesh. Hey! You know what? I'll take the credit. I've also heard that their veggie burgers are not the worst. I don't know if they can stand up to the burgers over at Canadian A&W. And I have to specify Canadian A&W because Canadian A&W is very different from American A&W. They're completely different companies at this point. So...
Landon, I've heard that veggie burgers are good if you get one patty of regular burger and one patty of veggie. So see if you can get a special order.
I've got to say, I am a big fan of the Burger King spicy chicken.
Oh.
Burger King's chicken sandwich is okay, you know, for fast food.
It's not as good as like Wendy's, but for fast food, it's comparable.
In the Wendy's shade? That's just not fair. You can't compare Wendy's.
Everybody talks about Wendy's like it's so good. It's like you can make better food at home cheaper and quicker than going to Wendy's.
Yeah, but you could do that about...
That's the same for pretty much any fast food, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Even the best fast food is worse and more expensive than just making it yourself.
Yeah, I can make like 10 or 15 pizzas for the same price as like one Domino's large here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
but
ridiculous.
Isn't that the point?
Yeah, you're paying for convenience.
But the point is stupid because it's not convenient. Is what I'm saying.
I mean, like, there's a reason we call it fast food and not good food fast.
I don't know. Wendy's here is fast.
Fast food is neither cheap nor fast. And if you live right next to the Wendy's, then yeah, I'll give you that.
A&W is expensive, yeah.
If you have to drive across town versus like if you have to walk across the street. So like if you live right across from the Wendy's, look, that's fair enough.
I used to stop at Wendy's because there was a Wendy's in between my house and my high school, and I was just like, you couldn't place this any better.
Oh my gosh. Can we get a
country you're in?
Can we get nah, no matter what country you're in, it's gonna be better to make it at home. But I want a fucking Daria-esque high school drama of Chesh in high school.
A Daria? It would just be Daria.
It would be Daria, but Daria, but shorter.
It'd be short Dario sans the glasses, because I didn't get glasses until after I was out of high school. Not that I didn't need them, I just didn't get them.
That's funny because
it's gonna take about 5 years to get the hair right.
What's funny is that the other day I was thinking that Ash Scott kind of reminds me of Daria.
Oh, I'll have to see what Ash says about that in the chat.
She'll probably tear me a new asshole. She's ruthless.
I love her. She's amazing.
She's great.
That woman's hilarious.
She's always right.
She's always right, and she's always funny as fuck.
She's not always right, but she is always funny.
I don't know. She's usually right. I don't know if I've seen her be wrong yet, at least.
Well, I've seen her be wrong about more like disagreeing about like culture stuff. Like I haven't seen her make a fact claim that was wrong. So.
Yeah. What color? Okay, I need to chat and your guys' opinion about what color the magic needs to be.
Brown.
For Burger King magic.
Well,
Brown.
if I can't make it brown, I've already got way too much brown in here. I've got a brown sweater, and I've got the burger's gonna be like the bun's gonna be like that light beigey color. So.
Make it dark. Make it dark brown. That's 2 browns. That's too many browns.
Yeah, you're going to Browntown.
Oh, that sounds like anal.
All right, from now on, Smitty's opinion about colors is not counted.
Well, but my opinion about colors without a U is still counted, right? Just colors with a U.
Landon said he's 95% confident that Impossible Burgers are 95% impossible to get in jail.
Yeah, I've seen The Wire. Okay, they can get anything in prison.
Turquoise and cyan. Oh, that's a good.
I don't know. I don't know if I want to eat a veggie burger that snuck into somebody's bumhole. To be honest.
Well, I mean, don't like.
I bet you would change your mind depending on whose butthole it was.
Right.
Okay, not really. I mean, look, I'm down with the brown town and all, but I'm still not gonna eat a burger out of it.
All right, I've got a question for you guys, and I need you to answer me in a timely manner. So, fastest one gets the cake. All right, there is no cake. The cake is a lie, but not the point. What's your favorite Kyle quote? I will let you think about it while I go pee.
Sue me.
Don't get me in trouble.
That was served.
That was too obvious.
It's funny when I watch the stream and Chesh is doing all this silent moving around and talking, and it doesn't match up with what I'm hearing in the Discord chat. It's like she's a little mime with her striped shirt.
It's almost like that's how the internet works.
Yeah.
Where'd you go to pee? She's back.
Yes, I did. Correct. All right, we got, what do we get? 95% of non sequitur show is me. Yep. Sue me. Yep.
Non sequitur show is an atheist channel.
That's
a pretty good one.
That is a good one. Papers that I was served. Wrong move, buddy.
Wrong move, buddy.
Isn't the non sequitur like by design an agnostic show? Because it's meant to be a discussion show.
Well, no, it's not about
it was a
this
discussion/debate show about all sorts of topics from various.
Right,
views.
but taking neither side necessarily.
That's not what agnostic.
No, that's not. It definitely took sides. Non sequitur definitely had people being like, "No, ethnostates are wrong, but let's talk about it."
Like,
right.
Like non-sec didn't take the position of agnosticism. You know, as far as like gods, I guess you could say it's an agnostic show, in the broad sense. Like the show.
Yeah, I don't know if I would even.
What I was getting at.
If you're talking about God, then it would just depend on who the host is. The show itself wouldn't have a position.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
John in the chat said, "Did you pull a KJ or did you wash your hands?" I washed my hands. Fucking Jesus.
Both of them?
Yes.
Even. Do you want to talk about like viruses and stuff for a sec?
Must we? We can.
Well,
it's okay.
if we're talking about like washing hands and being clean and stuff.
Okay, so we're not going to talk about dirty cops. Got it.
Well, you can talk about whatever you want. Want to shut me up? Just say so.
Well, no, I'm just...
Humans
No,
are
you're
like a
fine.
virus.
I was making a Nate Brody joke. It's fine, go ahead.
I'm sorry, I don't pay that
Yeah.
much attention.
I know.
Nate Brody is the dirty cop.
Well, Nate Brody claimed that he pulled some dirty cop shit on Emily D. Baker's channel a couple of months ago.
Yeah, it sounds fun.
Anyway, you were saying viruses?
Yeah, so I just spent like 3 days working at a festival, which was really fun. And I don't know how other countries have been doing the coronavirus testing, but basically in the UK, you know, you just do a test yourself and then upload the results online. And then when you upload them online, you just click, yes, I did the test. Yes, it has, and you just click if it was positive or negative. You don't have to upload a photo or anything. You just put in the serial number of the test. And there was this, I remember I was going to sleep the first night, and this girl was not only like mentioning, but bragging that she had just clicked, yes, I've taken the test, and yes, it came up negative. And then although I was saying, yeah, I know it tested positive, but I don't care. I had to come to this festival anyway.
Good.
Yeah.
Those are the selfish twats that get bunches of people killed.
Isn't that a felony?
Probably.
It is in certain like states, I think. I don't think it's like illegal here.
Chesh, is there any chance you can put a choker on that goblin?
Yeah, I can do that.
Her neck is too elegant not to have one. Look at that shit. That's like yellow diamond level of neck elegance.
You can't make a Nate Brody joke. He already is one. Jesus! Savage.
Fair enough.
Not wrong.
I mean, yeah! Clown Town, man. Clown Town.
Like water to the burn.
Right? Jeez. Chat's savage. There's a, I could make it red. I don't know, I'm thinking about this.
So
has there been a favorite conspiracy theory from you guys that have come out?
Before we do that, there was in the States there was a lady who was jailed and she was found guilty just kind of recently. She went to a grocery store and she coughed on a bunch of groceries, and she pled guilty to in the early days. She went into a grocery store. She coughed up on a bunch of groceries, like when people didn't know how COVID spread.
Yep.
But she pled guilty on I guess it was like threatening people with a weapon of mass destruction. Like, that was the charge.
You can't smash the sub button. You can
What
only
the
touch
fuck?
it. Kyle Russell Curtis, 2021 on the Uniform Show.
But that was, like, at the time, though, we didn't know what the actual threat really was from it. So, to be perfectly honest, that's kind of what it was. If we really wanted to, like, mince...
It would fall under bioterrorism.
Right.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say, like, people that refuse to get vaccinated simply because they don't want to, because my freedom are basically bioterrorists in my mind.
Well, this is like back when when Steve criticized KJ on the Non Sequitur show, saying that, hey, listen, you haven't really convinced me on the terrorism bit, like that anti-vaxxers are terrorists. I mean, he might have changed his mind at this point.
Listen, I want to just this is something I brought up back when Katie was saying that I forgot who she was saying was terrorist, but terrorism is when you do something to force people to like, you know, threaten people into doing political stuff. Just like doing damage isn't terrorism.
Well, I think terrorism is more
no.
you're changing the way people live. Like, you're trying to change...
Terrorism is when you're using your violence to blackmail people into doing what you want. That's what terrorism is.
Comes from these people who not only refuse to take the vaccine, but also spread lies about things like coronavirus and actively terrorizing populations by spreading misinformation.
Okay.
Exploratory Minds super chat said you can't smash the sub button, but you can only touch it. Russell Curtis 2021 on the Uninformed show. Yeah, he was just like, I hate it when people say to smash the like button because you literally can't do it. You can only press it lightly, and it's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I like to twerk on the like button myself.
Oh, there you go. I mean,
Twerk
you
on the
don't
like
judge
button
people's
if you
lives.
agree.
Yeah, that spiel makes us lean towards away from the that he might be like in quarantine due to COVID reasons. Like it makes us lean away from that possibility.
Oh,
Well,
that's right.
I'm not sure how the laws are in America, but in Germany it's custom. If you're unvaccinated and you come back from holidays, you have to self-quarantine for 14 days.
Yeah.
To
Same here.
even if you're tested negative multiple times. So maybe it's something similar, which
I know,
means he's unvaccinated.
I'm just trying to be funny, allegedly.
Well, the problem America's having right now is that COVID is actually spreading through prisons rather rapidly all the time, so they're probably just taking extra precautions.
Yeah, that's what I mean, because he's unvaccinated, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
That could be the case. It's one of those things where it's just kind of hard to say because we just don't really know.
Yeah, I heard America was actually releasing some prisoners just because of like COVID. Like non-violent ones, obviously.
Oh, right, yeah. I don't think America's not really too keen on releasing people most of the time.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want them to release, violent people necessarily. Maybe I do on a case-by-case basis if I look at it, but yeah, I don't want a blanket release of like people with a history of violence, like Kyle.
I agree with chat saying that you need to boop the like button and the sub button. You don't smash it. You don't caress it gently like a fucking creepy. You boop it. You give it a nice little boop.
All gentle caresses are creepy.
No.
Speaking of boops,
Who said that?
are you saving
sorry.
up boops for Puck?
Yeah, Puck's right here. Hey, Puck. Hi, buddy. I don't know if you guys can see him. See?
Does Puck even like boops? I still have not seen Puck be excited about a boop.
No, he's not a fan. He's not totally against it, but most of the time he's just like, why? Is my life a fucking joke to you? That's usually his face.
Yeah.
He's like, I'll take it because I love you.
Puck.
This is just one of those weird things.
He's not even interested. Now he's just like, fuck you, I'm sleeping. Puck. Oh, hey, buddy. You're a good boy. Yes. Now you guys can see him. He's like, let me sleep. I'm taking a nap. Oh, hi, buddy. Yes. He likes scritches.
There's something I thought about, and I don't know if this is the case, and it may be something maybe we could do some research on. I have no idea. But there was somebody was doing, he was videoing a spider, and he had it on his screen, and he would tap his screen, and it would like zero in on the spider, and whenever he would do it, the spider would flinch, and that's because there was like an infrared kind of sensor in the that would zero in on the spider, and the spider could see it, and it would like the spider would jump but when it like zeroed in on him, and I don't know if there's any of those kind of lights that dogs or cats can see. Like, maybe when we try to film animals, are we bothering them?
Well,
I mean, I assume we are anyway.
Dogs don't have the greatest eyesight. Cats actually... This might have been a rumor, but I thought cats could actually see ultraviolet.
They can see in, like, some of the other shades, as far as I know. Well, shades, other spectrums.
And some people have speculated on why cats seem to sometimes latch onto something with their eyes and nothing in the air. It might be dust particles.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, do we have anything? Do we have anything else about Kyle before we move on?
Fuck Kyle.
Yeah, fuck
Okay,
Kyle.
yeah, fuck Kyle. Do we have any favorite crazy conspiracy theories so far that have come out about what's happened?
I haven't actually seen any conspiracy theories.
Yeah, but we know you don't. We know you don't pay attention.
Just the usual shit from the trio.
I heard an interesting conspiracy theory recently. I heard that Ruhif's wife apologized to Katie because her husband funded a lawsuit
my
against
God.
Kyle, which is now won.
That lawsuit has been won for a long time.
Yeah,
Oh.
but she owed Katie an apology for some reason. You know, seems legit.
Does anybody believe anything that Katie says ever at this point about anything?
I think every single word out of that bitch's mouth is a lie.
At this point, I'm reconsidering giving Jilly Juice another chance. Maybe there's more to it than she let on.
Oh my god.
So what you're saying
Don't
is
even joke.
Ruhif's wife apologized to Katie, and then everybody in the room got up and started clapping.
Who was it that said? Oh, I think that was Letty again. Was like when Kyle tried to come back onto Twitter when that sort of popped up. That I guess he got cocky because that's what stupid people do is they get cocky, and Letty was like, oh, everybody stand up and clap for Kyle, yay. Then there was that whole Ethan Plays Prolib guy showing up like a month ago or something. There's screenshots of it. I'll probably talk about it on Dumb Fact Friday. But he was speaking on behalf of Kyle, and like KC was in there, like Godless Engineer's wife, and it's like, what is going on? I don't know. Anyone know where Ruhif did disappear to, though? I don't know, probably to his real life, because like if that is his wife, then maybe there's some personal shit going on, and far be it from Katie to insert herself into people's personal lives when there seems to be trouble afoot.
I mean, she's never done that before.
Uncovering Hypocrisy is asking, who has control of the Non Sequitur Show Twitter? Kyle, as far as I know. I don't know if anybody else has control of it, but as far as I know, only Kyle.
As much control as he can have from jail.
Somebody said, I heard Steve lost his financial backing for the lawsuit against Kenny. I mean, that's kind of funny considering he has no financial backing for the lawsuit for Katie. He's paying for that out of pocket. As far as I know.
Ruhif specifically said he was only funding the lawsuit against Kyle. So, like, that's why it doesn't make any sense that Ruhif's wife would pull out the funding against the lawsuit against Katie when that was never happening in the first fucking place.
Yeah, that was imaginary. That was in the land of imagination. Imagination.
To be fair, that's kind of where these people live.
Yes.
Yeah. Now I've got pure imagination stuck, mate. Thanks for that.
Come with me, and you'll be in a land of pure inebriation. I noticed Casey supports and promotes quite a few goobers from that camp, including Nate and his racist and harassing buddies. Yes. I hope you enjoyed my Gordian Knot of McCrazy's video, which I'm gonna have to update and change the title to Gordian Knot of the Bitchmaid Brigade. The sodium chloride coming from this people is going to kill us all. We're all going to have heart attacks.
Yeah, someone needs to bring back that old meme from Stranger Things. Where are we going to get that much salt?
Yeah.
Check your works.
The Jimmy Neutron. Oh, hey, Nikki.
Guys, took me a little bit. I was just listening in. I got fireworks going on since I can't afford BK today.
Hey, nice. Do you have anything to add to the? I know you kind of keep an eye on things and watch and.
No, you guys have pretty much touched on everything.
Damn! Look at us go. We do good.
I'm just hungry. I wish I had BK right now.
Yeah, to be fair, I forgot to eat and the stream started a bit late. I was going to get some food as well. I can't think of anything, so I'm hungry.
I was either going to make burgers or tuna salad, one of the two. I haven't figured out which one I'm going to do yet.
It would be totally acceptable for all of us to just show up onto a stream. We all show up on camera and we're all just eating burgers. And there's nothing actually said during the stream. It's just a stream eating burgers.
That sounds fantastic.
Nikki, you have burgers, but you want Burger King?
Yes.
I hope that's just for the meme value.
Of course it's for the meme value.
I mean, you'd have to have some pretty bad burgers if Burger King is looking like a better option than what you have.
Can you stop insulting our definitely not our sponsor? Thanks.
I had a fantastic vegan burger on Friday.
When we get the sponsorship, I will be sucking their dick harder than anyone. But
cool,
until that time.
Until that time, you get insulted.
Yeah, until that time, they don't get free advertisement. Come on.
That's true. Casey does get confused with King Crocodile or Kyle Curtis.
About fast food.
Here I am. I'm probably on the
fast
same shit,
food.
not fireworks.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
If
What happened to
Burger
King
King wants
Crocodile?
that shilling, they gotta pay the shilling.
Crocodile's around. He's been very busy, as far as I'm aware.
I've got some fun Twitter news.
Uh-oh.
That Aldo Carson guy, what did you say his name was? You know him as somebody else, Chesh?
Who?
Aldo Carson.
Oh, Ron Gull, I think is what he...
Ron Gull?
They used to go by that until their Twitter account got nuked.
Well,
so they switched. They got in a fight with Steve over the definition of atheism.
Apparently his LARP is so bad that after 2 tweets, the Duke blocked him.
Wow. Wow, that's really bad. Like, the Duke does not shut the... That dude is... I'm seeing him now in my fucking notifications, and I'm like, oh, good. That guy. Great. Yeah, the thing is this guy is going around on Twitter trying to say that, oh, well, you're not supporting Steve good enough. You need to do better for he's in charge, and you're not doing things the way Steve is telling to. But the thing is like, it doesn't work because Steve's not telling anybody to do anything. So it's like this is the same problem that one of the reasons why you don't see like me or Reds or Steve making response videos to a lot of these people's evidences or claims or whatever it is they're trying to push this day. The reason why there's only one rape apologetics video, the column obloquy video. There was never any need to respond to any of their postings because the stuff that they said in their postings was already covered in the column obloquy video. So like, I've seen a couple of people do videos trying to cover my Dumbfuck Fridays in defense of Nate's race baiting or his bullshitting around the lawsuit. But everything that I've seen, they'll start me playing, they'll pause, they'll either agree with what I'm about to say, get what I'm about to say completely wrong, like it's just not what I'm talking about, or they'll get debunked, whatever they say gets debunked by what I'm about to say. So they'll present something, hit play, I'll either agree with them, debunk them, or be talking about something completely different. They'll have to cut me off, pause the video, and then try and rewrite everything they just said. They debunk themselves. They get debunked by pre-recorded videos. I've seen this happen multiple times. There was one stream that Sinister Porpoise did claiming that she had nothing to do with any of this anymore, and then she had left and da-da-da-da-da-da-da, and she's been on Twitter all fucking day talking shit. And her video was like, I don't have anything to do with this. Why am I in your thumbnail? And she's not in the thumbnail.
Yeah, she made up that well, I think somebody probably told her she was, and then she just believed it. She didn't look at it.
And then blocked anybody who said, where are you in this thumbnail?
If anybody out there wants to see what it's like, I mean, this Aldo Carson is the guy's name that's in Twitter. He is doing a LARP, okay? It's not serious. He's not trying to be himself. He's doing a LARP, which is like live action roleplay, I guess, was what LARP means. He's trying to pretend like he's one of us. This is what he thinks we do. So if you want to know how they think we are in their minds, this is a good an eye opener to how they portray us in their minds.
How they think we behave. Yeah, it's bizarre.
It's very interesting. It's very enlightening. So go check out Aldo Carson in Twitter. It is very interesting. You will then understand a little bit more about the McCrazy or the
Bitchmade Brigade.
I
like it.
Is this Carson person do they actually think we behave that way, or?
Oh no, they've been around for a little while. They're mad that Steve, atheism.
No, he was literally like kind of trying to like, I mean, I know what he was trying to do. He was trying to, on the surface, kind of trying to like fit in. Like he was trying to be like, I'm gonna be on this.
At first, yeah, for sure.
Like I'm gonna be on the surface. I'm gonna be like, you know, like a lieutenant in their little cult, because I know they have a cult, because I know they do, because you know he just assumes that like that's what's going on. So I'm just gonna fit right in by kind of just being, you know, like a Captain America in it, you know.
I just think people are stupid.
And so he just starts, you know, I'm the best. Be good for Steve. Blah blah blah. You know, I'm the patriot in your club. You know, and it's like, who are you? You know, what's happening?
What is this?
I'd be really interested to see what they think the definition of a cult is.
They Steve. They would just show a picture of Steve, and then they wouldn't give you any explanation whatsoever.
Yep.
Oh, you actually? Do you want to see? You want to see what they think a definition of a cult is?
I don't actually. I'm just sort of trying to make a point. It's like these people use words that don't mean what they think it means.
Oh yeah.
And then get confused as to why people call them idiots.
This is exactly why.
Well,
this is exactly why I was just like, when Menace tweeted about, oh my god, Red's called the police on a criminal about an unrelated case, and it's like, imagine calling the police on a criminal. Weird. I can't. What a concept. And they're trying to present this as if it's a bad thing to do, and it's like, I feel like you. Same with actually Prolib. Ethan, Prolib did that too. What did he say? He said that, oh, well, I was telling Kyle in private that he needed to turn himself in, and then he showed a screenshot of him saying, hey, listen, to Kyle saying, hey, listen, publicly, I have to call you out.
I have to call you out.
And say that you should turn yourself in. And Kyle's like, yeah, no problem. And it's like, I don't think the screenshot shows what you think it shows.
Yeah, that was a very, very tiny portion of that conversation. Well, obviously in public, I'm gonna have to say I called you out and to say I did this.
Yeah,
like,
it's very telling when someone has to say in PMs. In public, I have to save face.
Right, because he's not saying, hey, Kyle, you need to turn yourself in, which is what he's trying to present it as. He's saying, no, in public, I need to call you out, which means that it implies that you don't think he should turn himself in for whatever reason. It's weird. It's like they just don't think people are going to read whatever they put out.
At this point, I just have to ask the question, why is anyone defending Kyle at this point?
'Cause fuck Steve.
I just don't understand this mentality. It's like, get the fuck over it.
I've been getting a kick out of the people who have been like going off about shit for months when Kyle wasn't showing up and like not showing up to court and saying, oh, Kyle this, oh, Kyle that, or Steve this, Steve that, suddenly being super mad that anybody's happy that Kyle got arrested. They're like, oh, I can't believe you guys are happy. This is going to ruin this guy's life. It's like nobody has any control of him ruining his own life but himself. The only person
who's responsible for this is him.
Yeah, it's not Steve that has any control over the court. This is the court telling Kyle he needs to do this, not Steve. It's hilarious. It's like such a bizarre, like, try and flip around. It's like, wait, you were totally fine with this when it wasn't in your favor, and now it's not in your favor, so suddenly it's a problem? Oh, okay.
Oh, and they like to obfuscate the issue with Little Bread in here saying, oh, well, what about Steve's, what were they saying? Oh, God, I want to read it again. About the Medi-Cal? Oh, asking for a friend. Yeah, you want to report things that you actually have evidence of. That's kind of the difference. You want to report those things. You don't want to just report any stupid shit that you have lying in your ass. When you live up your ass, you just stay there and you don't just report anything up there. That's what you want to do, okay, Little Bread? So you just stay up your ass and don't report any of that, please. Thank you.
It's,
Mad serious more often, please.
Look, yo, Mad serious is great.
Little Bread, if you have evidence of a crime, then report the crime. Why are you trying to convince us?
Yeah.
It's almost like it's a unsubstantiated rumor that you're just spreading for character.
It's not even an unsubstantiated rumor. It was rescinded by the person who did it.
Even okay. Oh. God.
Do you not recall that KJ was one of the people who brought that up in the first place, as well as KC? KC tried to say she never said anything about it and then got spammed with screenshots of her saying that. And then Katie Joy made an apology to Steve over it, saying that she was wrong, and she was saying what she tried to throw Kyle under the bus and say that it was just Kyle who told her that and to say that. And then she took that apology down. So it's not even an unsubstantiated rumor anymore. It is literally bullshit that was rescinded and then pushed again after it was demonstrated to be not even true. So I mean, if you want to go get yourself in trouble for wasting the police's time, I mean, who am I to stop? I don't know your life.
There's only one reason these people cry on Twitter as opposed to actually inform the authorities, is because they know they're full of shit.
Well, that's one of the other things kind of related to this sort of stuff, right? You just see how they equate Reds calling the police to inform them about an existing warrant with unsubstantiated bullshit they pulled out their ass. As if they're trying to say that, oh no, it's hypocritical for you to... That's what they're trying to imply, that it's hypocritical for you to say, oh, you can't call Medi-Cal on Steve. None of us ever said you can't call Medi-Cal on Steve. Nobody ever said that. But if you have something, you need to actually present something, and there is nothing for Medi-Cal and Steve because it's bullshit and doesn't exist. Whereas Red's rhetoric has a warrant that exists, unless you're saying the warrant isn't real, in which case, I read the court documents, you're welcome to go check.
Yeah, the difference is, Reds didn't have a warrant up his ass. He didn't pull it out of his ass and call the police station with something from out of his ass. Like, that's the difference. That's the big difference from all this.
The butt
Yeah,
part.
and the original account that tweeted it, all those other mugshots, those ones are real, but the one of Kyle, that one's fake, okay? That one's fake news.
Oh, alright. You mean the Wake County one, right?
Yeah, yeah. The original, like, mugshots Twitter account.
Yep, obviously. Photoshopped. Because anything that's been, any picture that has been edited is called Photoshop, because because it's always better to have non-specific terms for things like HRO, TRO, and RO. Just use the umbrella term, it's all the same.
As long as it makes your narrative better.
Right?
I actually made that mugshot originally on Microsoft Paint, and then gave it to them.
Yes. That's 100% correct. That's what I did. I painted that all by myself. I just guessed that Kyle would bleach his eyebrows.
Yeah, I gotta say, Kyle, if you're listening, the idea to make it look like your eyebrows don't exist and that you have none kind of makes you look crazy. So I wouldn't recommend that in the future.
Oh, look, they're back on another account. I have evidence of Steve claiming to want to hide income due to Medi-Cal. Okay. Then do something with it.
Okay. Yeah. Call the cops, bitch.
Take that evidence and go do something with it. Why are you bringing that here?
You don't notify the public that you have that. You take it to the fucking authorities.
Is this the police station?
Did you notice?
Police station?
Well, did you notice? Did you guys notice that it's like, I have evidence of Steve claiming he wants to hide income due to Medi-Cal. No desire to report him to anyone but yous who support him. We're back to the yous again, so I have to assume this is DYE at this point. Oh god, with that. But did you notice that there's like a little bit of a bait and switch in here, right? I have evidence, but you guys support him. But we don't have the evidence you have. How can we be wrong for supporting Steve on evidence that only you have? And you're choosing not to do anything with that. That's you being complicit in a crime, not us.
I just want to make it clear, for me personally, if somebody was doing fraud to get healthcare, I wouldn't stop supporting them. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
Well, I mean, like, considering, like, the Medicare, state in the US, I wouldn't blame anybody for doing that necessarily.
Yeah, it's a human right. If you have to commit a crime to get any of your rights, then I'm down with it. Do it.
I am trying
even though there's no evidence Steve did it.
I'm trying so hard to be honest and do things the honest way, and I keep getting denied, and it is so fucking hard, okay? And everybody who has gone, like, I'm at the point now, I mean, I'm not going to go down exactly the systems that I go down. I talk about it from time to time, but I don't want to do that right now.
You're
But,
talking about
the
your
systems-
medical stuff, right?
Medical and housing stuff and my disability stuff, that kind of stuff.
Yep.
But the people who have cheated the system, as far as I'm concerned, if I knew somebody who was, I'd high five them. I don't know how they did it, but fucking A for them, because I can't. I'm trying my hardest to do it the honest way, and I don't even know how you cheat it. However they did it, good for them.
I
wouldn't
live in
recommend-
Canada, so and I don't know about anybody doing any kind of fraud whatsoever. So I wouldn't do anything with information I don't have.
I don't know about anyone doing anything illegal anywhere in the world.
How do people get dental and eyewear in Canada without committing fraud, Chesh? You guys have partial healthcare. You pieces of crap.
I mean, listen, you're not wrong. I think that eye care and dental ought to be in there, and there's actually debates and stuff going on about that with our election in September. But get a full-time job that has coverage for stuff like that would be my current recommendation. Go for it.
I'm breathing in a country that gives a shit.
Yeah,
right?
Britain actually has NHS, which is what really, like, the whole Medicare for all, which is like private health insurance, is just like, really, that's like the compromise stepping stone. Like, really, we need NHS.
Yeah, enjoy it while it lasts, guys, my UK friends.
Polybird makes a really good point and says, trust that if the McCrazies had evidence of Medi-Cal fraud, they would have reported it to the authorities for sure. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And it also, it would be, well, it would be blasted everywhere. And we've seen the screenshots they think demonstrates Medi-Cal fraud, but it doesn't demonstrate that. And that's we're back to that you keep posting shit that you think says something it doesn't say.
If these people actually had anything, they wouldn't be sitting on it. They wouldn't be saying, oh, but you wouldn't believe us anyway. They'd be taking it to the fucking authorities and getting Steve taken down.
Well, that's the other thing too, right?
They
Because
don't have anything.
that's the other thing too, right? Is that they're not okay with anybody doing anything when it works against them. So like, if they could call the authorities, or if they could call the, like, Uni was totally fine with claiming that he had called to interfere with the court case by talking to the judge. He was totally fine with all that shit. But suddenly, Reds gets in touch with them to let them know that Kyle got arrested and the warrant is active. Oh, well, that's not acceptable. Oh, okay. Sure. Of course not. That makes no sense.
Makes sense to me.
It's not like we're playing defense for Steve. We don't have to look over this evidence to make sure that it's on the up and up. We will look at any of this when the charges are filed.
Do you really think that I would not read a like lawsuit that is Steve getting fucked over by Medi-Cal on this channel? I absolutely would read that. I'd be like, holy shit, let's see where this goes.
Plus, it's only a bonus for Chesh because she goes from owning 95% of Steve to 100% of Steve.
See? It works for me. Hey, listen, Steve getting shit on is like legally isn't my favor either way. I'm in a no-lose position currently.
I just want to disagree. I'd say that Chesh only owns 5% of Steve, but that 5% is his beehole.
Well, I mean, remember, after this,
Wow.
it's Chesh's turn to steal the channel from Steve, and then Manya will steal it from Chesh, and then I guess I'll steal it from Manya.
Joke's on you. With the way I operate, he's going to give it to me willingly by kissing my feet at the same time.
Damn, girl.
I'm better. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I'm better at this than Kyle is.
Oh, I thought you were saying
Everybody is better
I
at
thought
this than
I thought you were
Kyle.
being sexual. Never mind.
I for
Oh,
one
also
welcome
that.
a new goblin-y overlord.
Yeah, see?
Or overlady, I should say.
See? I will become the
Literally
Burger
everybody
King.
is better at this than Kyle.
Right? It's not... Okay, listen, I tweeted this out earlier. I said, listen, it's really not hard to be better than you when you when you've buried the bar so deep that the fucking Balrog is using it to play Limbo. Like, fucking come on. You keep kidding, right? Fuck it. Oh, got outsmarted by somebody with a 62 IQ. Herp, derp, burp, burp, derp, burp, burp. It's the contradiction of, oh, Steve is quantifiably a mastermind genius who screwed over Kyle, but at the same time he's the stupidest person ever. Like,
Oh yeah, right? Because they have to be able to insult him and at the same time talk him up as if he's the greatest foe that they've ever taken down or ever attempted to take down.
listen,
Yeah, they want to let everyone know that they are smarter than this person, but also that person is a genius. But they, in comparison, are geniuser.
So you're saying it's the I am very smart subreddit.
Basically.
Okay. Got it. Noted. It's just like a weird, like, what is that? A cognitive dissonance, I guess, where it's like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
what?
yeah, that's exactly it. Cognitive dissonance.
I mean, like, it's the same kind of conspiratorial thinking from, like, QAnon conspirators and shit like that. It's like, okay, this huge secret that is, like, so well hidden, and yet you idiots somehow know about it. Yeah,
It's
sure,
not
okay.
even, like, it's not even that it's the first or last time Kyle's going to get, or Steve's going to get accused of scamming. The fucking Dragnot accused him of scamming right when, I think the video is from, like, July 1st or something, so right as soon as Non Sequitur shit was hitting the fan, these fucking vultures just leapt on to be like, let's pick at Steve's dead body, and then they were like, oh shit, he's suing Kyle, I guess he's not dead yet, let's just try and keep stomping on it until it goes up, and his whole shtick was like, oh, Steve McRae tried to scam us. I'm using that word in the loosest sense. The loosest sense. If he had actually tried to scam us, he wouldn't be walking right now. So it's like, so you accused him of scamming, said he didn't actually scam you, and then threatened that you would have broken his legs. Okay, these are sane people that should be promoted.
These sound like exactly normal, rational thoughts from stable people that we should definitely be listening to.
This is definitely the I am very tough crowd that, oh yeah, I'm a fight me IRL, bro. Debate me.
Yeah, didn't I say that a few streams back where it reminds me of, like, when you see dogs barking at each other through fences, then when you pull the fence away, they just walk out. They just don't care anymore.
Except that, like, Steve's not really barking back.
No, you're right, you're right. He's just staring at them going like, what the fuck are you doing, mate? Piss off.
Yeah.
Steve's bite is bigger than his bark, as Kyle is now finding out.
This divide that happened on the what happened with the non-sec thing. I'm actually very grateful of it in retrospect.
Oh yeah, because then we'd all still be hanging out with Nick Suter, and who the fuck wants to hang out with that guy?
Well, to be perfectly honest, everybody who we're not hanging out with now, I am grateful we're not.
I went to
I agree, because super duper fuck Team Skeptic, by the way.
Fair. I looked on the In Time, like whatever their most recent stream was the other day, and everybody I saw on there, I was like, what are you thinking?
Oh, like guests or in the side chat?
In the side chat.
Oh, okay. I imagine
including
it was like...
mods. There was a mod in there,
dude.
Chesh, who I'm not going to mention by name, but I warned you about this person before. I'll tell you later. Never mind.
I bet I can guess who it was.
Oh.
I'm not gonna guess, but I bet you I could guess.
I bet you could.
Okay.
You probably could. You're a little smarty. Little smarty pants.
That's 62 IQ, man, kicking in. Telling you.
62 metric is no joke.
Yeah,
That's
right?
higher than the average. You know, 62 is higher than the average for one of these live streams. So
62 is definitely higher than the average for the Bitch-Made Brigade, in my opinion, at this point.
What's worse, 62
The Bambis.
IQ or 69 IQ?
Well, I was at 62, but I got my glasses on, so I'm at a 63. But I'd like to drop it back down to 62 because I've got my glasses on so I can read the live chat, but it's actually detrimental for me trying to draw, so I'm like kind of struggling here with where I stand.
You're drawing looks really good, though.
Thanks.
You need those painting magnifying glasses.
Oh god, no. I don't need those. I'm working digitally. I can just zoom in.
Doesn't that just make a blurry picture larger?
Oh, depends
Enhanced.
on
It's
what
not blurry because of the resolution.
and how big the canvas is. Yeah, the canvas I'm working in is 5,000 by 5,000, so.
That's pretty big.
Usually I like to work in 6 when I can, 6 by 6, but I dropped it down a little bit so I would lag a little bit less. I get a little bit. Krita gets a little bit laggy at 6 by 6, especially if you take a brush that's complicated and do this.
Now, to be perfectly honest, I gotta say I did like everybody who we were a part of when they were around, but getting to know them, like getting to know the real them after everything happened, like when they kind of came out and showed who they really were.
Yeah, more accurately, when they showed their true colors.
I'm kind of disgusted at the things that I didn't know about them that kind of came out. Not specifically like behind the scenes, but seeing them like. I didn't unsubscribe because of things I heard about them. I unsubscribed from them because of when I was watching them act the way they were acting after the fact.
Yeah, there's a couple things that are sort of like that, where it's like, it was really too bad. Like, Nick decided to go the way I got along with ProLib once upon a time. I would like on Twitter. We weren't friends.
Nick was a bit of a shock for me. It was like one day
I was not
you were talking
surprised.
Shit about Nick. I was like, wait, what happened? What?
Yeah, I was not surprised by this, mostly because like I saw it coming, which is one of the reasons why. Like he did not like me. That dude did not. He liked me at first, and then he did not like me, and he would never talk to me about what his issue was, like never once. But he'd talk a bunch of shit behind my back, right? And so, like I kind of saw this coming as I started noticing things, and I started double checking because I was like, is this just me? Am I the only one noticing this? So I would ask somebody else, and I'd be like, hey, did you notice this? What do you think about this? Is this just me being... Am I just reading into things too much? And they were like, oh no, we'll do this, oh no, we'll do that, or no, we're gonna have a conversation with him about that. I'm like, okay, well, whatever, whatever, man. And then it just, like, I was not surprised by the time it fucking... Steve did a poll once where he said, hey, do you think it's reasonable to give people an opportunity to, like, change directions or, like, if they're, like, course correct? And I voted no, and I explained, by the time you have noticed that somebody needs to course correct, like you, Steve, specifically, it's too late. It's too late by the time you've noticed.
Slow on the uptake.
Little bit.
When he said he was going to have Unirock on, I immediately was like, no, Steve, this is a bad idea. What are you doing? And he has Steve on, and it was a shit show.
I didn't actually know about you. I didn't. He did the same. He does this. Okay, he doesn't do it as much now. He's gotten better, but he's gotten better because he's been burned so many times. Because he did the same thing that he did with Unirock that he did with Leslie Bass. He reached out to somebody that he thought was going to do like he thought better of. Right? He gave these people the benefit of the doubt. You know the only person that he gave the benefit of the doubt to that didn't, like, turn on him and turn into a giant fucking shithead on the internet? Between Uni and Leslie Bass and Nick Suter and people like Nate, the only person who hasn't that he gave the benefit of the doubt to is the convicted rapist. What the fuck does that tell you about people on the internet?
Yeah, yikes.
Yikes, right?
Fucking Christ.
What the fuck? That's super fucked up.
Yeah, when you put it like that, it's kind of like, oh shit.
Right? It gets fucking weird when you, like, lay it all out, like, super direct, of, like, just straight up. Because, like, I haven't seen Earl David Warden in my Twitter feed at all. Like, he himself. I haven't seen him showing up on YouTube. I haven't seen him talking shit on people. I haven't seen Steve even talking about him, bringing him up, or supporting him at all. He had him on the channel once and then never talked about the guy ever again. So, meanwhile, what the fuck do we regularly see, right? Fucking... What the fuck? I don't see Steve or Warden going out trying to attack women on the internet. I don't see either of them going out to attack victims on the internet. I don't see them going out of their way to, like, bring up Steve's kid and his parenting skills when that's not public information, to try and say that he's like a deadbeat dad, or saying anything about how like, oh, that tweet that's in my video about how somebody made an account pretending to be Steve's daughter, saying that Steve sexually assaulted her.
Is a potentially good video idea. Can a convicted rapist potentially become a better person than random Twitter shitters?
I mean, I guess that could be possible, but I don't know what's going on with Warden, because he's not technically on Twitter. I guess actually I don't even know. I don't know anything about him.
No idea.
I don't know.
There's a bunch of people from the non-sec Discord that just I haven't seen since the big exodus. Because I mean, if people don't remember, like, when this all went down, it wasn't just like the YouTube stuff. The Discord actually suffered because people were getting, like, kicked out left, right, and center. Suddenly, these new mods were created, and then we're all in the voice chat going like, "What the fuck is happening?" Were you there, Chesh, that very last voice chat?
Yeah, I was there when everybody changed their names and pictures to Steve. and then we Lucapig was given some reins by a couple of people being pretty mad about it. So they gave Lucapig some permissions that they should. Me and Bool were both there. And Bool walked away for half of a second. Lucapig went in and, like, changed all the names of the rooms too. Like, it can all be changed back, like, really quickly if you know what you're doing on Discord. But what happened is Kyle took away Bool's permissions and installed Godless Engineer, who then kicked everybody the fuck out and deleted he fucking nuked the whole server. He nuked it completely because he didn't know what he was doing and he didn't realize what was going on because he's a fucking idiot.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, that's what it was. Godless Engineer that did that.
Yeah, we were actually in the voice chat while it happened, and just saw names just drop.
Yep, because Kyle and Godless Engineer popped in and just saw Steve's name everywhere. And then they got big mad and were like, "Oh my god, it's Steve! Nuke button! Abort!"
Landon's
I'd forgotten about the whole, like, server of Steve. That was an event.
Forgotten about the Steve server too.
That was pretty funny. I remember.
Landon's
that was a good
about
time.
to drive to Burger King.
Nice. Do it up, Landon.
I want chili cheese bites.
Oh, there you go.
You guys are making me fucking hungry.
I'm kind of hungry now too.
I really want to bacon it now.
My cat right now is jumping on and off. He's pestering. He's hitting my feet. He's headbutting my face. He wants feeding as well.
Oh no. So I gotta figure out how to
blend
blend
this.
this.
Right now.
Aww. No.
I really want a baconator burger now.
I'm hungry for some BK. I just don't.
That was an old school bullshit story that went around too. That Bool or Steve nuked the Discord and it was 100% GE and Kyle. I don't know why people thought it was Bool. Yeah. There's been a lot of bullshit stories that have gone on around this, and it's like, nah, we were there.
Their community's kind of gotten really used to absorbing bullshit stories.
That's kind of what Caffeine Corner was about, actually.
Basically.
Caffeine Corner was actually designed, that was a whole deal with Caffeine Corner, so we knew there was going to be like a bunch of nonsense that went around, but also we knew that when we got Non Sequitur back, we didn't want to have to do what we did on Caffeine Corner on Non Sequitur, right? We knew that there was going to be bullshit stories, and what we wanted to do was help equip people to understand how to recognize a bullshit story when you see one. And that's what Caffeine, I thought it was a resounding success. Because, like, the watching the...
Not that difficult.
It's really not, but sometimes you need to have it. Sometimes it's like you feel or you see something and you feel a certain way about it or you think a certain way about it, but you're not sure why. And it's hard to sometimes put into words why you feel or think the thing that, like, the conclusion that you've come to. So Caffeine Corner was all about breaking down, even if you were already able to come to those conclusions really easily, Caffeine Corner was about breaking down those conclusions and how you got there and how you can explain why and how you've gotten there. So even on times that you haven't and on times that you've had, you could go either way. And just watching a lot of people take that and run with it, and people being able to use it in real lives with their families. I got a message from a lady saying that your show has helped me a lot. Really appreciate it. I can understand and speak with my son a lot better now because he's much more analytical than I am, and I'm far more emotional. But now I can recognize that. And I'm like, if there was no other benefit, if there was no other benefit for that show, I would still do it if that was the only thing that ended up happening.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Arrow asked, why was Caffeine Corner canceled? It just kind of shifted into Judgment Call where we could have a more broad conversation. We kind of felt it ran its course, and we weren't really sure what else to do with it. It was just like, we've kind of talked about everything that we wanted to talk about, and we've kind of...
and then you started picking up, not drama, but like current events, and then I guess you sort of prefer to do that with Judgment Call, with call-ins and stuff like that.
Yeah, we wanted to give people more of an option to call in. It would be nice if we had a better mesh, that if it was still a little bit more Caffeine Corner-esque with more call-in-y type stuff. We did get a super chat, which is probably going to play in about half a second, so... Wait for it. Wait for it.
Just stopped and got a Whopper after work.
Yeah, nice. Oppie got a Whopper after work. Congratulations. Kyle's Goldfish said that there's one thing from Ethan's stream that they did agree with. Yeah, I haven't watched that stream yet. It might be the feature of Dumbfuck Friday this Friday. And as much as I hate, like, having all of these people be the subjects of Dumbfuck Friday, holy shit. How dumb do you get when you're like, it's a bad thing to call the police on a criminal? What? One thing from Ethan's stream that I did agree with, even trying to nudge Kyle that he can't avoid this forever and he needs to face it, and sort of, etc. Realistically, anyone thinks that Kyle, knowing with the assault and the contempt, etc., he could be facing real time, will be more amiable to a plea deal and hand the channel over, or he will continue to deflect and deny and hope for the best. It's an interesting way of the thing is like, it doesn't really mean a whole lot for him streaming after Kyle was already caught. You know what I mean? It's like a kind of a little bit too little too late. Like, he's not watching YouTube in jail right now. Where's he gonna hear whatever Ethan's saying at this point, right? Maybe that's just me.
I don't understand what, like, why wouldn't you let the police know information that you know about a case that they're involved in? Like, why wouldn't you do that? This is the same thing that people are coming in here telling us information about a case that we shouldn't know any of this. Like,
well, they're telling us that we should, based on their information that they haven't given us, we should not support Steve and be calling Medi-Cal, which they're not going to do. Why would we call Medi-Cal on, one, information we don't have, and two, is something that doesn't involve us? On the other hand, they're saying it's wrong to call the police on... It's talking about both sides of your mouth. Which one is it? Do we call and get called out for calling on a case? Or do we not call and get called out for not calling on the case? It's a damned if you do, damned if you don't. It's completely self-contradictory.
We're supposed to take information that we have, and then we're supposed to sit here in a group and just bitch about it all day long. Just night and day. Just bitch about it in front of our computers. That's what we're supposed to do. We're not supposed to act like adults ever. We're just supposed to sit at our computers and bitch about it all day.
Isn't that the definition of a keyboard warrior?
I guess. I don't know. But that's the rule.
Noted.
That sounds like a fantastic way to spend like several hundred hours making dozens and dozens of videos online with my nice little like echo chamber talking about the same shit over and over again and then making up new bullshit.
Well, the thing is that they try to say that, oh, you just block anybody who speaks bad about Steve. And we were just criticizing Steve like 10 minutes ago. And the thing is, it's like, it's not about criticism, it's about bullshit. Right? It's like, we've addressed the Medi-Cal thing so many times. We've addressed the rape apologetics thing so many times. If you want to assail the argument, then assail the argument. Where's Nate's video, or where's Nate's evidence that he keeps saying that he needs somebody to accept the debate for him to be able to present? Like, how bullshit is that? That sounds stupid as fuck.
Yeah, that's not even an argument. You know what? Give me your evidence, and then I will decide whether or not I want to debate that.
Yeah, what if I agree with you during the debate because you presented it?
Yeah, what if there is no debate? Then why would we even set up a debate? Give me your. That's not how any of this works. That's not how any of this works.
Uncovering hypocrisy also makes a really good point, saying, but if it were Steve, they would be calling to the police and the jail and anyone else involved. Yeah, absolutely. It's like, this is the uncovering hypocrisy is an apt name, because we talked about this back in the day, like 2 years ago. It was like, how would the atheist community that were friends with Kyle respond if it was Steve?
Oh,
you really don't think GE would be like creaming his pants if it was King Steve the one doing this to Kyle instead of the other way around?
Dude, they'd be calling the police live on air.
They would be setting up their own freaking live stream, like fake Dog the Bounty Hunter's style shows looking for Steve. Imagine that in an alternate universe.
Yeah,
No, thank you, I
yeah.
don't want to.
There would be like a whole thing about it, and it's like, oh well, oh, they're all celebrating because Steve, or oh, they're all losing their minds. Yeah, we're excited. We're excited to finally actually see some closure on this, because the thing is closure can go more than one way. Kyle could win, but at least it would be fucking over. But he's not gonna win, because it's Kyle.
You already lost.
And he already lost, exactly.
He's lost several times over.
Oh yeah, the whole shtick with most of these people have been like the probably one of the worst ones that I think I ever saw or heard was like, listen, we just want this resolved for both people and both people to have the best. Does that mean you want Kyle in jail? Because that's the best he's gonna get at this point.
We definitely want Kyle to have the best, because if he doesn't get the best, he can actually like do what do you call it? He can file for like a mistrial for having an ineffective what is it called? Yeah, and I don't want him to do that. I don't want him to be able to do that. I want him to go and have the best possible defense he can have, and go away for,
we want Kyle to lose fairly. That's what we want. He's got nobody to blame for it himself at this point. The left hand kind of wonky.
I mean, that was the case when he said sue me.
Well, Kyle wanted that. That was his words.
You got what you wanted, dipshit.
I don't know, if the left hand is messed up, I gotta...
At Cheshire VIQ, is it just me, or is the angle of the left wrist kinda funky?
I can't hear
It might be kind of funky. Unfinished Journey said, for 5 said, is it just me or is the angle of the left wrist kind of funky? It might be, but it's too late to fix it now.
Is it?
Yeah, because I don't want to. I don't know, man. There's like a lot of... It's just a lot of bullshit around it. Like, if these people cared so much about justice, you would think that they would want Kyle to show the fuck up. Instead of excusing him when he doesn't. Right?
But that wouldn't confirm their bias, though.
Oh, right, because Steve bad. Hey, Buck. Alright, what do you guys think? Do you think we're, do you think the burger looks alright? I think we're just almost done this picture. It just needs to be cleaned up and, like, blended. I gotta figure out how the hell I'm gonna blend this, because I don't know how this brush works for blend. I might have to find a different brush.
I really like it. I think the burger looks pretty cool.
It's almost done. It just needs some cubes sticking out.
Do goblins have 4 fingers?
Down the side.
No, I actually had to do quite a bit of work to make these hands look appropriate with 1 less finger, because it looks that might be why it looks the wrist looks kind of wonky, is because there's actually only 4 fingers instead of 5.
The only thing Menace has ever destroyed is his own brain cells.
Oh no, he's destroyed other people's brain cells because he was arrested for being a drug dealer.
Well, that too.
For children, allegedly.
I'm just gonna give him credit where credit was due.
He has destroyed many a brain cell.
I think
I'm
they're gonna
not
put
gonna
this like in
discount
a
his
Burger
work.
King.
I'm gonna try another color actually and see how that looks, so we can see what another color looks like for the magic burger.
I like purple. I
Wanna
always
try-
like purple though.
We can try purple. I'm willing to try purple.
Yeah, I like how people are like trusting the word of someone who sold drugs to kids. That's
Can
that's
you,
a good look for you.
Hey, I sold drugs to kids. I was a kid too, though, at the time, but... Jess,
Okay,
can you...
an adult who sold drugs to kids. There you go.
There you go. Jess, can you make that, instead of, can you make the magic color octarine?
What the fuck is that?
It's from, the Discworld novels.
Oh, yeah, probably not.
Yeah, it doesn't
That
exist.
sounds like a fake color for this.
Yeah, my reference fell flat.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. I took that risk. I knew the risk when I signed up.
You knew. You did. You have no one to blame but yourself. Okay, there's like a purple. Purple looks kind of
Flat
cool.
like geefish.
Let's try like a red.
Uh-oh. So
Oh.
loud.
Hey Manya, we can hear your static forever. How you doing?
We
Oh
always
my
know
gosh.
when Manya arrives.
Yeah. Put in...
He's arriving in a space shuttle.
Yeah.
It's a space shuttle.
You can tell it wasn't a SpaceX rocket because it didn't blow up.
Right? Oh my
Whoa.
god.
Yeah, I've been watching a lot of Thunderfoot. Sue me.
Oh my god, they're laughing at a tragedy.
Oh yeah, I am. No, those space shuttles,
Yeah.
those were all empty, so...
There's no people on there. That's a
Yeah,
financial
but they're
loss. Nobody
yeah,
gives a
but
fuck about
they're
that.
yes, but we're talking about the crazies that are going to make it sound like we were actually talking
Oh.
about some of the major tragedies where there have been ones
Yeah,
that have blown up
fair
with
enough.
people in them.
They're go- and then they're
Which
gonna be like,
tragedy are we talking about now?
they're gonna be like, we
Challenger.
have proof they were laughing about the Challenger
Oh.
explosion.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, that sucked.
It's almost
Yeah.
like that wasn't the thing we were laughing about.
Yeah.
Hi, can
That
anyone hear me?
Yep.
Hi, Manya, how you doing?
Oh, finally! Oh my lord.
We
We
can
can hear
hear
the
you
static.
and then some.
Yeah, we can hear those cars driving by or whatever that is. The
Massive
wave.
feedback. Massive feedback.
Why?
Sounds like your mic's turned up too loud, and you're like, yeah.
Are you
Sounds
in the
like some
wind?
Electric feedback.
electric feedback. Okay, hold on.
It might be that your plug's not all the way in.
Have you got a fan going?
It's my aircon in the back. I can.
Oh, that would
That's
do it.
probably it.
Acon? That's
Okay.
pretty cool. Short for air conditioner. I haven't
Yes.
heard
Sorry
that before.
about this, guys.
Do you have some kind of like noise reduction setting for your microphone?
She's on
I do,
Discord.
but-
Discord should do it. Just go into settings.
Yeah, but doesn't Windows have an option?
Yeah. Also
Just
depends
turn
on
it
the
on.
microphone too.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm using my. Hold on, I'll just switch to the regular stuff. I will remove
Actually, that
my-
almost sounds like you might be on a different mic than your normal one.
Yeah, I'm using my headset. That's
Yeah.
why.
That's fine.
Oy.
This always happens.
Always
why it
having
does-
audio issues.
See, my headset mic is in a drawer somewhere, and I have no idea where it is.
I know exactly where my headset mic is.
Mine is in my face.
Is that better now?
Yep, that's much better.
Hooray! Hey
Oh,
Manya, how
my
you been?
God.
You have something to add to this?
And I think
Me?
Nikki said she's getting off.
No,
Oh.
I'm not getting off yet. I'm just debating.
Oh.
I'm still debating on what I'm going to eat since I can't afford BK till tomorrow.
I'm just enjoying that, you know, a former criminal on Twitter is trying to justify their gang stalking and harassment, you know, of Shesh and Steve for the last 2 to 3 years because Shesh has a personal opinion about something. Again, it all comes down to, "Hey, they're not behaving the way I like, so I'm gonna cancel them."
Why the fuck? I made a
With
tweet
an
about
opinion?
this. I made a tweet about this like a year ago or something where I said, why in the flying fuck would I cater my behavior to people that don't like me? Why would I do that?
Yeah, especially when that won't make any difference on their behavior.
Yeah, it's not like it's gonna change. They're gonna still not like me. This is like a proven they're still mad about a missing question mark from over a year, from like 2 years ago.
I mean, people aren't even worth being liked by. That's the real issue.
Well, that's the thing that I've said for a while. I said, when I first showed up on the scene, I was like, listen, I have complete control over what information people know about me and what opinions I decide to put out there. They can't go digging into other shit because there's nothing to find right now, so I have complete control over what I release. And I know that there's going to be people that don't like me, but depending on what I do, I can have a very large amount of control over who doesn't like me. So I very much early on decided who I didn't want to like me, and they're still mad about it.
The thing is that my issue is, with their track record of being, you know, charged in their history, how the F did they decide that they are the judge and jury on the internet?
Well, that's why Menace is saying, hey, you shouldn't call the cops on people when they're criminals, because he's personally invested in it. He doesn't want people to call the cops on him. He was in that position. I don't know if he still is.
Associating with Menace, anyone associating with that guy, how do they think they have any moral or self-righteous standing?
They don't. Any single person who associates with Menace is a piece of shit.
Well,
I know that. I'm just showing them the mirror. That's what I'm doing. I'm just showing them the mirror, the double standards, the cognitive bias, and the hypocrisy. It's astounding.
Well, they have to face that, I think, before they even start speaking. Like, that is something that's like the first hurdle before they can even start like the first tweet. They don't care about that. Like that's what I find that like amazing. Like, this is one of those things where I think that this would be like a amazing like journal for somebody to write, like who's like in like psychiatry or something. Like, if they just collected all these tweets and just read through it, they'd be like, oh my god, like, this is just amazing.
That's one of the things that I find interesting when you kind of lump and just straight up say, like, hey, listen, Nate Brody is pissed and wants to fight Steve to the death from 5 years ago, and he's still going now, trying to accuse him of being a rape apologist and harassing women, which has absolutely no basis in reality. And it's like, look at how this has escalated. I challenge people to go and show that video to somebody who doesn't know what the fuck is going on, and you tell me what they say about this behavior.
Yeah, like, imagine Nate doing that in front of a jury or in front of a judge in a trial, bringing up a dropped tiara. That will be dismissed instantly.
Well, especially if he brings it up as evidence for anything. It's not evidence for anything.
Anything. And then he's bringing up that rape apologetics thing.
Which was an accusation, and it's not even. I wouldn't even call that slander. It's to a degree. I would say that because of the way Fiona presented that, yeah, I would call that slander on purpose, because she was mad at him that he said that people who are part of the Catholic Church should take issue with pedophilia in the Catholic Church. Right?
Yeah. And even if Nate Brody, if he brought that up in front of a judge, but oh look, this guy was, this is the way this guy was going with rape apologetics, and the judge will be like, are you effing kidding me? He'll throw his case out. He'll be like, what the f*** about?
And the question is what would they be in court over anyway?
Yeah. No, over anything, but if you think, like, professionally he can't do that. He's doing that on YouTube. That gives me an idea that he likes getting away with such stupid shit. So that's my personal impression of Nate Brody. That he likes to wield his power, he likes to flex his, subscriber count and say,
what do you mean? He's just fighting Steve. He's getting his strings pulled by somebody else who said, that's what he said in the message, they want me to fight you to the death, and he's still going for some fucking reason. But, Rez, sorry, you were saying?
I was just like, I've actually forgotten what I was saying before. Like, I don't know. These people.
I think you were saying something about profit.
Oh, profit motive. That's the problem. Is like these people don't have an incentive to stop their bullshit because they get paid to do it.
Well, yeah, that's one of the reasons why it's problematic when people are encouraging and signal boosting these people despite their behavior, right? That's why there isn't really a neutral perspective you can take on these people. Because they force it. They force it to be that way, right? They go out of their way to be like, hey, listen, you're either for or against us. And so if you're not against their behavior, you're for their behavior.
Yeah, and that's what my issue is with them.
Shout out to Atlanta Knoll. Heart.
And how come you're putting yourself on a moral pedestal to judge, look down on others and judge others for having opinions about topics? We are not like asking for legislation to be formed or anything like that. We had opinions, and we still have opinions, personal opinions on a topic. You can come and talk to us and try and convince us otherwise. That's a conversation that can be had. Instead, you're like, oh no, you're a bad person for having an opinion.
Well, that's the thing about atheism and agnosticism. Oh, well, you didn't have we're not even going to accept that there are alternate definitions. We're just going to say you're a bad person and go on to personal attacks over a definition. It's bizarre. It's so bizarre.
It really is just straight up strange behavior.
While they have former criminals amongst themselves who have been charged.
Because they think the same way they do.
That was one thing that I thought was, speaking of tweets that don't say what you think they say, was that Tyler account saying, oh, but Steve worked with Kyle and he was a criminal. And it's like, yeah, because he was giving him the benefit of the doubt, making Steve the good person in your analysis. What was your point? Weird.
So their point is, criminals can get charity. Like,
But Steve can't.
Former criminals deserve charity and second chances. But people with personal opinions are bad forever.
Except if it's Steve giving them the charity to have a conversation with them about a separate topic, like Warden.
Like, how much more a hypocrite can you be?
Steve!
You are willing, you expect, you're okay with Kyle getting second chances again and again. You're still supporting him. You're still like, oh, I wish Kyle will tell the judge what's exactly going on. Even after all the evidence you have seen, he has forged stuff.
I did enjoy somebody tweeting about that. I hope Kyle gets pulled in front of a judge and the judge gives him the opportunity to show the harassment campaign that's gone on around Kyle. And I'm like,
it's way
what harassment campaign? And two, even if there was one, that would be a separate case unrelated to the non sequitur showcase. Do you think it makes sense for Steve to be like, during like he shows up to like a non sequitur hearing and he goes, yeah, and look at all of Kyle's friends harassing me, boom, as if that matters to the business litigation that's already it's just a matter of resolving, it's already been decided. Like, no, it doesn't make any sense.
Like, I know, Judge, I know that I killed this person, but their family's being mean to me online. Like, yeah, shut up.
There's people protesting me outside.
These people have a very childlike understanding of how anything works. It's really astounding that these people were even fucking adults that we're talking about. It's like, how would anything like harassment help someone in a case where that has nothing to do with the case?
Right, yeah, right.
Like you said, it would be a separate case altogether.
Yeah, which should have to be filed separately. And it wouldn't be in business court. Her? Hello?
It wouldn't help in Kyle's defense.
Not in this litigation, it wouldn't. Nah, I don't know if I like it like that. I kind of liked it chunky before. I might paint this whole thing all over again.
I like the legs. Those are some sexy legs.
I wish you would have left the dress white.
Kyle
I like
gets
it
to
white.
bring up harassment stuff, any kind of thing. In this
Feline
case,
says, yeah, it wouldn't be appropriate nor eligible. It's not admissible within this business case. Correct, yeah.
by their logic, by their own logic, Ben can come in and put his text messages in where Kyle tried to intimidate him. Can we bring those in?
Well, that might actually be relative to that might be relative to like DA charges, where you've got Kyle encouraging other people to try and keep Ben from doing anything or saying anything in the court, which is what they tried to do. So potentially that could be something that comes up. What if I color it like this instead? Blob. There's the thing is like, I don't know, what do you think the DA is gonna try and charge Kyle with? Because they're trying to say that, oh, Steve is harassing the DA to get Kyle on charges. Oh,
what?
Yeah, as if the DA didn't show up to court to find out what was going on, as if it wasn't the court that contacted the DA about this shit, because that's who needs to contact the DA about this shit in this particular case. Why would you call the police on a criminal, you guys? I don't know. Why, guys, have you ever had to call your insurance company because of an accident more than once? Well, you're harassing them. How dare you?
Harassing the DA? That's how this works now?
Apparently. Because the DA can't take care of themselves. They need the Twitter warriors to protect the DA.
From Steve. I mean, because Steve's such a mastermind.
Steve actually controls the DA. Illuminati confirmed.
You know, sometimes I feel like these people live in some kind of... They think they're in some sort of Mad Max, but online kind of world.
Yeah, it's a LARP.
Yeah. I've often felt like the McCrazies or the Bitch Squad or whatever. Sorry, what was their name?
Bitch Squad?
I like
that.
I do like
the bitch made brigade.
I don't care enough about them to know their actual name.
No,
let's call them Bambies.
Yeah, I've always got the impression that these people they feel like they are the Rebel Alliance and like Steve is Darth Vader. Yeah, it is definitely a lot. Like,
I mean,
they feel like...
did you not see the Syndicate video? I'll play that shit again. I'll go find it.
Even though the Syndicate video looks like it was made by the Sith.
I am going to go eat. So if you're done streaming by the time I come back, I just want to say that I love being here with you guys. I love you all, and I hope you guys have a great night. And it's been a pleasure being here streaming with you guys.
We'll see you soon.
Good night.
I salute you, sir.
There's one thing that I was kind of annoyed about with Menace's new video about us all being in a cult. I was like, okay, first off, it's too long. I can't go on and play a 9-minute video for funsies, alright, on my stream. But, like, the Syndicate video is, like, the perfect length. It's, like, maybe a little bit long, but it's like, it's like a 5-minute mark. Cool, I can get away with that. I can't get away with a 9-minute one. You guys are gonna get bored.
Yeah.
I mean, like, what's funny is the cult. Like, they say we're in the cult, right? They're the ones putting Steve on a pedestal all the time, saying he's just some, like, infinite IQ mastermind.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. They pay way more attention to Steve than most of us do, I think.
I'm not even on Twitter anymore, so I don't see what 95% of what Steve does
I
anymore.
work with the guy and they spend more time thinking about him, talking about him, and dealing with him than I do.
He's living rent-free in their heads, that's for fucking sure.
I don't know.
So yeah, as long as they keep like attacking Shesh or Steve or anyone around them, I'm gonna keep bringing that up. You are a formal criminal. You have no grounds to to set yourself on a self-righteous moral pedestal to look down on others. You.
I mean, like, I would probably be careful with, like, you have no moral standing because you're a former criminal, because that can get kind of messy.
Well, that would go into... it's not what she's
don't.
saying, right? She's saying that these people are given all the charity in the world and are claiming to be on the moral high ground while shitting on somebody who has no record.
Yep.
And saying that they're such a bad
criminals
person.
don't deserve redemption.
Yeah, they are. They're the ones that are saying that because
all I'm saying is it can come across that way when you put it that way. Is all
Yeah,
I'm saying.
I know it has come across that way, but people have approached me and I've clarified it for them. So if you know me, you'll come and talk to me about it, and I'll clarify it for you.
I feel like it's pretty obvious what she's saying. I mean, she said it. They are saying that criminals can't be redeemed because Steve is irredeemable because he talked to a criminal.
He talked to a criminal that actually served their time and
Yeah.
claims that they didn't do the thing that they were in jail for in the first place. It's
that's
not
another
even
thing
somebody
is
who
that-
like admits to the crime. So like Menace admits to his crimes. He said that I was this, this, and this. So if we believe Menace, he's done these things. So if we take him at his word, we have to give him that charity to take him at his word in that case. But he's expecting to get people to give him the benefit of the doubt. It's about the expectation, not the behavior, not the crime itself.
Yeah,
and I get that. I'm just like, because I don't know, it can get kind of messy when you start making claims.
I am ready to take that on if it gets messy and people start coming to me and telling me you're wrong. I'll ask them why do they think they're wrong, and I'm ready to give them the clarification. Yeah,
it's the same thing as that they keep trying to bring up about what I had talked about with Fiona, and they never play the second half of what I said. Right? It'll be the same thing.
The thing you said about 3-year-olds, right?
Oh no, that's a different thing. My question to that is like, given the argument that I made in that video, why the fuck do you or I didn't even make that argument. The argument that I presented that people make. That's what I actually did. So let's make it very specific. The argument that I presented that somebody else has made, why would I stop at 3? Why would 3-year-old be the cutoff date?
I don't know, Tesh. Why is it? You freak.
Yeah, like you have it for adults who have already suffered, you know.
Yeah.
Euthanasia and stuff, but for children we don't. Why? Because it comes from that, you know, that old concept of, you know, reserving human resources as much as possible, even if it means that that person is suffering, that child is suffering. Children are the future, you know, that in quotes that they used to say back then, and they haven't come out of that. We are overpopulated. We make people suffer through shit. Women can get abortions when they are ready for it and are mentally prepared for it because of your religious or private concerns. You know, you treat
it's not even abortions. Women can't even get like their uterus removed until they're like a certain age, no matter how they're suffering.
Ask your husband. What the fuck?
This is my understanding of what Chesh was saying, and correct me if I'm wrong, Chesh. What you were saying is that if they're like basically being, you know, every second of their life is torture, and they're too young to comprehend the decision of euthanasia at all, like, are you going to make them live through years of torture until they're like 20?
Yeah, the presentation of I was presenting other arguments that I had heard, and I was saying I'm not sure where I fall on this, but I have heard arguments that are that if you've got a child that will not survive, is just going to suffer for a year or two and then die, should there be an option to euthanize that child?
Yeah.
And it has already happened. There was one case where a child made that decision for themselves. They said they want to go, and the parents were like, okay. So why is that so apprehensive? The problem is that it's not the concept. They don't care about that concept at all. They don't care about the kids that are suffering. All they care about is misrepresenting Chesh's argument.
It wasn't even my argument.
Abortion, and it's like, and then incite emotional responses. We have already seen it. Nate's running with it. Katie Joy is running with that narrative.
Yeah.
Also that I'm a mother, I can't think of that. How Shesh is not a mother and she calls for abortion. Like, to incite that visceral emotional response from people thinking that they are stupid.
I mean, every single it's like every single anti-abortion, like not secular anti-abortion argument is just, it basically plays an emotion or stuff like, things like that.
I mean, like, there's a reason why I call these people pro-birthers as opposed to pro-lifers, because once the kid's born, they couldn't give a fuck what happens.
That's why I call them more anti-choice. They don't want women, or anti-woman, really.
Well, I do think that there are people who are anti-abortion who just don't understand that in the first 2 trimesters, there's nothing like a person about it. There's no like being. It's just like tissue.
Well, that's a whole different conversation, yeah.
Well, it's not. I mean, because they were saying that people who are anti-abortion are anti-choice, and some, a lot of them are, but some of them just, they think it's babies and they don't want babies to die. But
that's fair.
Because I think that in the 3rd trimester, it is basically on the same level as a newborn baby. So I support abortion in the 3rd trimester only for medical emergency. And in the first 2 trimesters, I think women should be able to get abortion at will on demand for free.
Uncovering Hypocrisy says that Unirock took a clip, bent it, and twisted it to make it into something completely was not. No fucking way. I know, right? It's almost like these people don't actually provide timestamps or even the name of the video where it's from, so anybody could go and look at the video itself to see what's actually said. No. It's us that are the cultish people that are hiding information.
I'm not even willing to, like... Sorry.
Why would you want your listeners to be able to fact check you? Everyone should just take you at your word. Like, just everyone listening to this stream, everything Chesh says tonight, everything is 100% true and accurate.
Oh no, please. That's a lot of pressure.
And do not check up anything she says.
I wouldn't even be willing to give people like Unirock the benefit of the doubt that, like, they're twisting it. I think they simply just don't understand and can't comprehend that just because someone is saying a thing doesn't necessarily mean they endorse it either.
That was a whole other thing that I very much specified in that clip, or in that stream. I specified that I don't think this is even necessarily a good idea. This is just the arguments. I'm just presenting the arguments, right?
Right, but because it's coming out of your mouth, he's so dumb, he can't comprehend that that's not your argument.
That's fair.
Yeah.
If this person says that Nate says that I prescribed death for 3-year-old toddlers on Twitter. I did? Prescribe? How can I possibly... Oh, okay.
Where do you go to get that prescription filled?
What does prescribe mean to you?
I like that. That's funny.
Go get your death potion at the local apothecary.
Imagine people just admitting...
Jailhouse bag occult.
So this person's called Josh's Diminutive Spirit is asking, I think they're facetiously asking, but did Chesh really plant seeds to ask for help to move because of a safety threat from Menace? So what I had done was I had made a Twitter poll asking about whether or not I should look into moving and like if this was a something that I should consider, because I wanted an outside opinion, because sometimes it's difficult to see in a situation when you're in it, because some of the shit that Menace was doing, and there's other people, but yeah, he was the main concern at the time, or the main subject of the poll at the time, and I gave 4 options for the poll. I said, yes, no, yes, I'll help you out, and no, there isn't really a viable threat here. And it was actually pretty down the board. It was pretty like 25% apiece on that poll about whether or not because I'm like, am I taking this seriously enough? Am I not taking this seriously enough? Should I be concerned in this case? Should I be concerned in that case? So it wasn't really planting any seeds in any regard. It was more just because help certainly doesn't mean like help could be anything. Help is a very broad term. Me crashing on somebody's couch is help. So it was more of like I'm curious to know what other people looking on the outside of this are seeing, that maybe they're seeing something I'm not, or maybe they're aware of more. Like, I don't watch Menace's videos outside of like the 1 or 2 that I get sent, so somebody else might be watching his videos and see something far more threatening than I am even aware of, right? Or not.
Forget the threat part, like, do you even really want to be known as someone who's in the same country as Menace?
I mean, that's fair.
If I may, the thing is that Shesh does not take it seriously and something happens, she will definitely get blamed for it. And if she does take seriously, then she will be gaslighted. She has no, like as a woman, she has no option like in the eyes of society, and especially in the eyes of like people like Menace.
Well, what do you mean?
Did
you forget that I'm not a real woman according to these people?
No, but Menace admitted to that you have nothing to worry because you are a woman.
Menace was like stalking Steve as a joke and said that, oh no, I'm not a threat to Steve because I have a criminal history, I can't get over the border. And I was like, I'm not over the border though. And basically he had responded to me being finding this questionable to him saying that actually I have all this information on you. I could have stalked you and done this to you ages ago, and I've chosen not to. It kind of implying that he might in the future, or that there's been some change in his behavior, even though his behavior has only been escalating. It was a very bizarre. It wasn't even like a direct interaction. It was just a bizarre. The whole thing was
he was talking to himself, trying to convince himself by the looks of it. Nah, I won't harm Shish. I would have done that a long time ago if I wanted to. As long as you're good and honorable, you have nothing to fear from me.
He also made what I think was a joke, saying that, oh no, I'm not stalking Steve, I'm actually 3 doors down from Chesh right now. And I'm like, I mean, you're probably kidding, and I think that's a joke, but at the same time, you're part of this syndicate video, and you're friends with a guy that wears Steve's face as a mask in his kitchen, making chicken noises. So color me mildly concerned. Like, this is why I made the poll. Should I be concerned about this? Am I over concerned about this? I don't know how to handle this information that's coming at me right now. Not sure. But yeah, commentary with Kelly makes a really good point about abortion stuff. I want to keep talking about Menace stuff, but I just want to address this real quick. I would actually love to have you come on to that time of the month episode, and we can actually have discussions about that topic, because right now we're just kind of throwing out what had happened, and we're not having a really very good conversation about it, and I think it deserves a conversation. So if you want to reach out to me, hit me up on Twitter or something, and we can set up a time to do, like, at that time of month abortion episode or something like that. I think that would be a good option. Take it seriously and have the conversation. Yeah.
In our someone said, like, it's possible for good, like, people who, for bad people, or it was like what was it? Bad people can have clean records. That's fine.
Yeah, that's also true. Yeah, absolutely.
Demonize people for having personal opinions and say they're bad because they have personal opinions, and then gang stalk and harass them. If you think they're wrong, if they're that bad, go to the authorities. If you don't have anything to go on the authorities, bloody shut up. Like, I disagree. Like, I don't blame people for thought crime. I never did that. People can have opinions about anything. As long as they don't go out and start harassing and gang stalking people based on their opinion, and that's what that other side is doing. Yeah. They are gang stalking, they're harassing, and they try and interfere with employment. If Steve is trying to start a new project with a new host or something like that, they go in their DMs. We have known that they have, and those hosts have confessed that yes, these people came in our DMs encouraging us to drop Steve, and they will help them become more popular than Steve.
And how did that work out for In Time, right?
Yeah. And that's what my issue is with these people. They can make fucking stupid videos if they want to, and again, taking things out of context. Why are you so desperate to take things out of context? Because
it's not even understanding. It's a little bit not even that, too. It's like they purposefully take things out of context and then won't provide what they're talking about. Like that guy saying that, oh my god, you guys said we're homophobic towards Kyle. Where? What about this is homophobic? And they won't answer because they don't believe their own bullshit. But we should wrap up. Does everybody want to give their last words? We're at the 2.5 hour mark, and Puck is getting ready to want to go outside because he's mad at me for just talking and not paying attention to him. Can we get last words from people? Go for it. Okay, nobody's got anything. Fuck all you.
I thought I was waiting for other people to go first.
You can go. You can go. Okay, Monty's going first.
I made the dibs. I'm gonna go. I'm just saying. As arrested guys, hallelujah. Enjoy this moment. So savor it. And to all the self-righteous, trolls out there who put themselves on a moral pedestal to look down on Shesh and Steve and anyone around them, you have no standing because you associate yourself with criminals. You're ready to give criminals a second chance, but you want to demonize Shesh and Steve for having personal opinions about topics. F you. You have no standing. That's all I have to say. Cheers.
Hey, Jack, you
Kyle
want to go?
fucked Kyle. Deal with it.
Kyle fucked Kyle. Fair enough.
Yeah, I thought this was fantastic news, honestly, to come home to. I just thought, I thought it was a bit of a dream. I was like, wow, actually, that's happened. And not even just for something completely separate. It's just hilarious to me how someone can be such a fuck up over and over and over again. And people are still following and still defending and still, sticking with it and still making up shit to try and make it seem less bad as it is. This is brilliant. This is just... Thank you for all the haters for giving us so much great entertainment.
Yeah. Nikki, what do you got?
I got nothing.
All right. Rez, what do you got?
To anybody who's surprised by Kyle's arrest, you clearly haven't been paying attention.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, see.
Smitty, what do you got?
Love you, Manya. Bye.
Aw. Mr. President, you got anything for us?
Oh, sue me. Bad choice.
Anybody who is muted have anything to say?
That's a no.
Alright, I'll take that as a no. I'm going to wrap up. So tomorrow, Steve and Reds are going to be live with me. I'm not sure who else is going to be coming, but I wouldn't be surprised to see the usual suspects. Maybe Thoughts by Jerry Brown, maybe Astronomy Live, maybe 82 Productions. We'll see who else ends up showing up.
What time is that going to be, Chesh?
I don't know yet. I have not been told the time, but I have been told that it is going to be on this channel. So if you do want to catch up with what Steve was saying or what Reds has been up to and sort of maybe more details about what they've been tweeting out for the past day or so, that will be tomorrow here at some point. I don't know what time. It'll probably be in the evening if I know those two. So it probably won't be in the afternoon. Probably closer to sometime between 7 and 9. Don't quote me on that. I don't know for sure yet. They haven't given me what time they're going to be available. I just know it's going to be tomorrow. So Steve and Reds tomorrow here talking about what's gone on with Kyle. And yeah, I think we could take it off. Make sure to subscribe, hit the bell, shit like that, so that way you're notified when we're live talking about that. I look forward to seeing the Triggly Puffs in the side chat, as that is really appropriate for this stream. And I guess we'll catch you guys next time. Have a good night, everybody, and yeah, look out for those wrong moves. And Rodent No Last Name sneaks in with 5 saying Kyle didn't assault anyone. He was not engaging in any.
Kyle didn't assault anyone. He was not engaging in any commercial activity. His fists were traveling.
Did we lose Chesh?
Thank you.
Rolling on the floor laughing.
It's
Chesh, guys.
It's the bot. It's the bot. The bot decided to tell it for us. Thanks, bot. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.